supercharged current affairs debate and electrifying opinion. This is Talk Radio.
And so,
I am woman, hear me roar.
Oh, who's this?
Too big to ignore.
Hello.
What were your views on the Mini Metro when it came in?
My mum had a Mini Metro.
Really?
What are we talking about?
We were
Vaginas?
talking about British cars.
Oh, God, no. Yeah, no, we have
Did
one
your
of those.
mother have a Mini Metro?
Vagina.
What?
That's an odd name for...
Stop talking about my mum's flange, Ash. You have not spoken to her for 6 years. You don't get to talk about that anymore.
I've got to give her a ring.
No, she doesn't want a ring from you. She wants, Good evening. It's Christo Fufas.
Hello.
Christo Fufas.
Now, Ian and I have known each other a long time. Do you know that? We've known each other
I've heard a lot about
since for decades, nearly.
10 years ago, 9 years ago, I had to, demand quite loudly that Christo hand back my baby, as he was then, because Christo was drunk at a wedding, holding my baby, and I said, Christo, can I have the boy back? No, it's alright, I've got it. Now, let's have the boy back, Christo. It's alright, I've got Christo, give me my baby back now, please.
I have a feeling that actually, I think I had your baby in one hand, and I think I was trying to touch you inappropriately with the other.
Yes, you were trying to cop off.
And I think you were like, okay, I can handle either that or
one
holding
or the
my
other.
but please don't try and do
One
both.
or the other.
What have you got? Because you do an amazing programme.
Well, yeah, tonight, do you know what doxing is?
No.
Doxing is where you give out someone's address and people and then push fecal matter through his letterbox. I don't know if you guys are in. Don't know if anyone's in. Anyone in for that?
Sorry, are we still on air? I'm not sure whether Ofcom have taken us off.
We're not. I don't know. We'll just have a chat tonight, see what happens.
As always, there is no agenda, and that makes it the best show.
I'm a no agenda bender.
No gender. No agenda.
No agenda bender.
I suppose you are allowed to say that nowadays.
I don't know what you can say.
Get very confused.
That's it. You can political correctness means you can't say anything.
You just
so
got
I'm
to
going
go
to
for
say
it.
everything.
Yeah, you see what happens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Ian Lee. Coming up
Thank
next.
you, Christopher.
Thank you,
Thank
Ash.
you.
It's been
Thanks,
absolutely
man.
lovely
Beautiful,
to spend time with you and
welcome on board the
convert
Brexit train.
Convert you to remaining. I'm going to be back actually this weekend.
Sexual tension between the two of you.
That's been there a long time, yeah. It's been a
very horny vibe in here this evening, lads.
Absolutely is. Yeah, there's a lot of gender fluid. So we're going to be.
Put your trousers on. Time to get out.
We're going
to take over.
Be back. James will be back tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. I'm back at the weekend, and I will speak to you all then. Ian Lee
finish off.
with Kath is coming. I'm teasing your blooming show.
Ash, can you finish him off?
Wipe that up.
The Late Night Alternative with Ian Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Forget the day of upside down. Baby, chase it away. I get a relaxation, and it's time to groove. I thank the Lord for the night time. I thank the Lord for you. I'll talk about plans now, baby. I got plenty. But nothing ever seems to turn out the way it should. Wow! Talk about money, girl, I ain't got any. Seems like just one time I'm feeling good. Thank the Lord for the night time. Forget the day. The day of upside down. Baby, chase it away. I get a relaxation. It's the time to groove. I thank the Lord for the night time. I thank the Lord for you.
03-44-99-1000. Was made by the maiden son of the
Seems like just for the night time. To forget the day. Day of upside time. Baby, chase it away. I get a relaxation. Time through. I thank the Lord for the night time.
Here we go.
Here we go, dear listener. 03444991000. If you've got a sick or dying child, call in. I want to bully you and lie to you. And then I want to get all of my journalist friends to dox you so that people can come and attack you online. How's about them apples? Let's go to Alan Caddick. Good evening, Alan.
Ian, it's happened again.
Oh, what's this? I'm not even going to say what I said. I just self-censored myself, guys. This is 2019. I've just self-censored myself, Alan. What's happened, mate?
Because for the late night alternative with Catherine Boyle.
Is it? Why is it saying that? Apparently all the idents for you are on the computer as well.
Are they?
Yeah, well, they were yesterday.
Are you supposed to be off this week?
I don't think so.
No, you were going to take a week off, weren't you?
Okay, I was going to take a week off, like, about 8 weeks ago, and then I said, actually, I'm not going to take that week off anymore. What the hell is going on? Well, Alan, I've got bad news for you. I'm in town.
Someone on the Sun needs to be sacked.
Not just someone, you say. I would say some many. The Sun need to be sacked. They own us. Don't say that. They own us. Those guys is great guys.
Well, they need to sort of scheduling department.
Well, exactly that. Alan, it doesn't matter. I'm just happy that the show is getting some form of publicity, and that my buddy, my big old buddy, Boyley is getting a name in the newspaper where it belongs.
Tiny letters that no one but you read.
Hey, get this, Alan. Me and Catherine might be, and I'm going. You know what? I'm going to be positive. Me and Catherine are going to be voices in a video game.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine that. You'll be able to tune in, download and play a video game on your PlayStation, maybe your Switch, maybe your PC, maybe on your VR units. And
is it going to be on Android?
No, on Android. No, that's a phone. This is a proper video game. This ain't some crappy app that you download for 69 pence.
Well, iOS charges more.
Well, iOS can go and stick it. This is a proper, actual video game that me and Catherine are going to be the voices of.
You'll be able to walk me into a wall and hear me go,
Yeah, we go. That's what I'm talking about.
What sort of game is it going to be?
I cannot give away
a brilliant one.
A brilliant one. A brilliant one. Yes. Cannot give away too many details at the moment, but it's happening.
Is it going to be in the style of Zelda or like Super Mario?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Super Mario?
Why not? It's a remake of Frogger. It's Horace Goes Skiing on the skis.
I used to play it on the Spectrum.
Yeah, we go, Alan. Thank you very much indeed. Definitely on the Spectrum. 0344 499 1000 is the phone number if you want to give us a call. I didn't take my pill today. I thought I took my pill today. The way I remember if I've taken a pill is I have the pills on top of the toilet, and if I have a whittle and I look down and I think, do I remember having a pill in my mouth? And if I do, it means I've taken a pill. And I'm sure I remember having taken a pill today, but my head is all over the place. I'm getting electric shocks aplenty. If anyone is taking Effexor, is the Effexor, venlafaxine, and you've missed a day, oh my God, the electric shocks are really kicking in the last hour or so, and I daren't turn my head too fast, and my eyes have got, what's the hot stuff that comes out of the ground? Lava coming, walking away. If you know what I mean, if Effexor is one of the worst, I think, for it, venlafaxine. If you've had a day where you've missed the pill, oh, yeah. It's a little bit. So, 2 hours and 51 minutes of a man on the verge of, murder, homicide. It was murder. Why do we say Wagner when we talk about Heart to Heart, but we say Wagner when we talk about Hitler's,
Well, one is American and one is German.
Okay. Did Wagner kill his wife?
I don't know anything about
Did
that.
Wagner kill his wife? Sorry, I'm getting confused. Is it Richard Wagner or Robert Wagner? Did he kill his wife, Natalie?
Nothing has been proven.
Natalie, what's her name?
Wood. Nothing has been proven, but there is plenty of speculation.
I fell down a little bit of a Natalie Wood rabbit hole at the weekend.
It's a lovely rabbit hole to fall down.
Well, I then read, and this is on the internet, guys, so who knows? Who knows, right? But I then read, so the story, if you don't know it, is that Robert Wagner, Natalie Wood, Christopher Walken, and maybe another actor as well, were having like a drunken weekend on Robert Wagner's boat. There was an argument between him and his wife, Natalie Wood, possibly about her maybe having an affair with Christopher Walken. Definitely some shouting. And then...
They're all drunk,
probably coked up guys. And then she disappeared, then she was found dead the next day. And one of the theories is, that I believe is being looked into now, is that Robert Wagner may have in a fit of rage done something. But then I read another thing about Natalie Wood, that I won't say the name, I'll write it down for you, Catherine.
I read a book about her, so...
Was raped in a hotel room by a very famous actor.
I've heard that.
How do we communicate if we're talking about the same one? Because
Is the actor still alive?
Just. Barely. Mm-hmm. I need some form of... And has...
Well, there's no way of proving it, is there?
Well, can we just prove, if we're talking about this... Katie and Susan, say that. Can we just prove...
We will be.
To ourselves whether we're talking about the same person?
We will be. It's very unlikely that...
Well, who... Alright. You write down your name.
I can't, I've not got a pen. You write it down. Well, what I heard was that, they
Repeatedly. Repeatedly. Because the rumour I heard, okay, we can have this, I don't know anything about Natalie Wood, so this was something, the rumour I heard is that she was viewed in Hollywood. When was she Hollywood? Like 50s, 60s?
Well, she was a child star, so...
Okay. That she was viewed as, this is just how I read it, as easy. And was willing, in inverted commas and italics, to sleep around to get work. But also was easy. This is
that, of course, is a convenient excuse.
Of course. And I'm just saying this is what I read. I'm not in any way, the patriarchy and Hollywood being, all of that, of course. This is what I'm saying. And that this actor, she refused to sleep with him, and so he beat her up and raped her multiple times. And that this is actually quite a well-known story. Now, of course, we shouldn't believe well-known stories that are on the internet. Of course, there were lots of well-known stories about Cliff Richard, for example, that were on the internet, very easy to find. And of course, that has been through the courts. And I don't think, it did go to court, or did it get dropped? Anyway, he is guilty of nothing. He is innocent. He is an innocent man. So it's very easy to start a rumour, a lie. I could put anything on the internet about anyone. Well, it's on the internet. These documentaries that get put on YouTube. I love it when people say, and we get them calling us from time to time, when people say, they have evidence that is contrary to the popular, mainstream, accepted knowledge. And you say, well, what you're saying flies in the face of pretty much everybody else. Doesn't necessarily mean you're wrong, but it flies in the face of convention and possibly sometimes science. Where did you get that from? I saw a film on YouTube. You go, right. You know, anyone can put anything up on YouTube, right? If it's shown on the BBC or Sky or ITV, BBC in particular, actually, believe it or not, it has to be scrutinised by lawyers. It has to be fact-checked.
Yeah.
All of these things, it goes through all these processes that actually the BBC get knocked for not actually having, but they do.
You have to be ready to be able to prove that it's true, and you have two separate independent sources.
Yeah.
At least.
YouTube, I could put a video up just saying I just saw Kath eating a poo sandwich. which I did actually, but that's by the by. And suddenly it becomes, it becomes a thing.
Yeah.
It becomes a thing. So don't believe stuff you see on YouTube.
I mean, it's quite a widespread rumour. Recently, this particular actor was honoured, and Robert Downey Jr. was among the people quite publicly saying that I don't think that this guy deserves all the plaudits.
Now that is interesting. Now that is interesting. Okay, well then I can reveal a little bit more of my sources. I don't remember how I came across this, but I did. The source that I read was a post from like a Hollywood gossip site from about 10 years ago that was an anonymous, regular poster that people thought was Robert Downey Jr. And now you're saying Robert Downey Jr. has come out and said that guy...
I'm seeing this from 2012 when they were trying to work out whether that's what Robert Downey Jr. was talking about. A mysterious long-time commenter...
Gosh.
On a Hollywood blog, Crazy Days and Nights.
Well, where have you got this? Why was I reading this the other day then?
This is on Gawker.com.
What a world. Here's the thing, right? I'm not in any way justifying it, not in any way saying any of it is acceptable, right? I'm not at all. But I think I think almost everyone you look up to in terms of show business. How am I going to phrase this so that it's got some weight to it? I haven't. It's a radio show. It's fake. The era of fake news. I can say what I want, but I like to try and tread carefully. I suspect that a significant number of the big stars that you look up to, dear listener, in terms of music and in terms of acting, that in 50 years' time we're going to find out they were all rapists, they were all massive drug abusers, they were all paedophiles, they were all things. Just as you look back now at Picasso and people like that, they were horrible people that did horrible things. I think it is way more widespread than we can even begin to comprehend.
Well, let's just take a look at what's been going on. Okay, the Me Too movement got taken to Hollywood. It didn't start out that way, right?
Right.
And all of a sudden the focus was very much on Hollywood. Don't kid yourself, it's just on Hollywood. The way Hollywood has worked for years and years has been rich men in a position of power abusing that power, is the allegation. And, you know, when you're trading in youth and beauty, how hard is that to believe? Also, you've got people who were not just movie stars in the way we have movie stars now.
Yeah.
We're talking mega stars, proper,
yeah.
You know, it's not just, oh, he's done a few DVDs. These people were in all the magazines, all the newspapers, all the time. They believed their own legends at the time.
I don't know, I'm not trying to, sorry, this conversation is completely spontaneous and was not planned in the slightest, dear listener. I'm Ian Lee, by the way. Who are you?
Catherine Boyle.
This is the late night alternative. If you're here for Brexit chat, bye! Ain't happening. We don't do it. We'll do everything else. We won't do that. We might talk about Boris Johnson looking like a tired bollock as he was being spoken to surely no one can disagree with the way that guy spoke to Prime Minister Boris Johnson, can they? No one can disagree with that. His kid's sick. Now we're supposed to bully a guy whose kid is sick because he's a Labour activist and because he tweeted about it? Scumbag. We might talk about that a bit later, but honestly, go and look at the footage of Boris Johnson. The bags under his eyes. He does look like a tired bollock. He looks like Michael Aspel on a bad day. It is, I'm finding his slow melting hilarious. But we don't talk about, anyway, 0344 499 1000. We are having a completely spontaneous, we weren't even discussing this before we came in. It's just kind of popped into my head as a thing. As conversations happen, this is how the show works, and we'll take a break, then we're going to take some calls. But yeah, here's the thing. Years ago, when my first proper TV job was the 11 o'clock show, which started 1999 properly. And from very early on there, it was for Channel 4, from very early on there, I heard rumours, not so much about Jimmy Savile being a paedophile, but about him being a necrophiliac and a coprophile. Didn't really hear about the kids, actually, but dead bodies and defecating in drawers was the thing I heard.
And here's the thing. That is so way out there.
Yeah.
That everyone would have had a laugh about it and moved on.
Yeah.
Okay, Jimmy Savile's a weirdo. Wasn't a revelation, was it?
Yeah.
But that... Who would have believed that was a thing?
Yeah, exactly. And people say, well, you knew you should have done something. I was a 25-year-old stoner, totally out of my depth at work, giggling, I'll be honest, giggling about rumours that were being shouted across the 11 o'clock show offices.
Here's another thing then. At school, all the kids knew who the weird teachers were. All the kids knew, right? There were rumours swirling about loads of teachers over the years I was at school. A couple of those, it turned out, one for sure, did end up being done for paedophilia. Yeah. Were we responsible for that?
Yeah. Well, and this is the thing. But so I don't know what I'm trying to suggest really. I'm just kicking around the idea that we've got it to cock anyway, right? It's probably an inappropriate phrase to use there, pun not intended. In that, I get paid more than a nurse, right? I'm a gob on a stick. I talk for 15 hours a week, and I get paid more than a nurse, right? I get paid, I would say, I could work it out. I get paid about 1/20th of what Chris Evans gets, right? And, you know, TV and film and radio and music stars have always been paid this is what happens when I don't take my medication. Being paid completely disproportionately. They get millions and millions, and people that really matter, like carers and nurses and things like that, they get next to nothing. So we're all just looking in the wrong direction, is what I'm saying. We're looking in the wrong direction. And the entertainment business is, it's completely mentally messed up. It is full of man babies. And I don't know how I describe the women who work in the industry in terms of the stars, but a lot of the men are man babies. They're insecure. They are messed up. I'm messed up to a certain extent. I think I'm working on it. But I've met so many, you know, very big stars that are absolutely insane. They're insane, and it gets fostered and is a culture, and it grows. Yeah, but also that is a product of the business they're in, right? So you talk about them being paid disproportionately. The people who are choosing those people are paid even more money, right? It's all about the amount of money you bring into a business. Yes. So, and I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying that we should be valuing people on the basis of that, of how much money they make for a business, because you know for sure that people who are saving lives, it's not about money. You know, it's not about how much money they are making. They are making a massive difference to society, and we owe them a huge debt of gratitude and money, I think. But people who are in the public eye like that are insecure because it is an insecure business. You could be out of work tomorrow, and that's why you're paid handsomely for the series or the programme or whatever you're doing, because it could be your last job. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's why they're paid handsomely. I don't think I quite buy that. Because it might be their last job. I don't quite buy that. But yes, I get the point they're making. That's the insecurity of it. Yes. That's the insecurity of it. And the bosses kind of, they may not enjoy it outright, but they know that puts them in a position of power over someone who otherwise could throw their weight about. 0344 499 1000. We solved nothing, but it was nice to chat about these things. This is what happens when I don't take a pill. I'm off my face, man. We got Katie, we got Susan, we got Stephen. This is the late night alternative every weeknight from 10. You can give us a call about anything. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
The late night alternative with Iain Lee. Unfiltered night talk with the original king of unconventional conversation on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000. Everybody practice your listening skills. Good evening, Katie.
Hi.
Hello, Katie.
Yeah, it seems a bit trivial now compared to what you used to say.
Oh, no, don't worry about that. Clunky gear changes. That's what we're all about. Go on.
I was just going to say that I got it today, and I also realised that I've got no pills left. What
may I ask what pills they are?
Venlafaxine.
How's your head doing?
I'm alright. It's tomorrow, I find. Okay. It's the next day, but
so have you just run out of your prescription?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, I can't do that. I'm like there, because I have to go in to the doctors every 2 months now to get a new prescription. I have to go in and see them and show that I'm not dead and stuff. And, but so I go in when I've got maybe a week's worth left, just in case something goes wrong.
Yeah, see, I should be that organised. I should know by now. I'm just dumb.
The anxiety of thinking I might run out of pills. Here's the thing as well. I found a little secret stash from when I was on the pills before, and then I came off them, and I put some somewhere, and I found them. So I've got a little secret emergency stash that's there ready to go whenever I need them. But no, I get very anxious when I get down to like the last 10.
See, I do as well. I just don't do anything about it. I'm just stupid. I just always leave it to the last minute.
I wouldn't say stupid. It's just we've all got our little tricks that work. So tomorrow, what are you expecting it to feel? Because people won't know, right? People think that don't take them, that are lucky enough not to need them, just think that they're happy pills and that they make everything smiley and wonderful and warm, and they're not at all.
No.
But some people will also be going, well, you missed it for a day. Well, it can't be that bad. What can you expect to happen to you tomorrow?
It was worse when I was on the higher dosage.
Yeah.
But I'm only on a 75 at the minute.
Okay.
That seems to work for me, but
yeah.
I'll be sad and mopey and like a bit, like I'll have less motivation and do you know what I mean? It just, yeah.
Yeah, I do. I'm not playing top trumps here, but I'm on 150. And so, the last one I took was yesterday morning. Yeah. So I've got headache, but I know aspirin isn't going to help. I've got those horrible electric shocks sort of behind the eyes. And if I turn my head too quickly, I get like traces. I can see light. Light makes a little line. And it sounds like fun, but it's not. It feels horrible. And I feel very excitable. I feel, let me do a little self-check. Actually, I'm in quite an irritable mood. And I can feel that I might take it out on you later on, Catherine. And I'm saying that because I'm trying to own it. I'm in a bit of an irritable mood, and so I tend to take it out on the people that I love. And I love you. You're my best mate. So, in advance, I apologise, but that's not good enough, so I'm going to try and make sure I keep it in check. And if it does come up, you very welcome to say, Am
I though?
Are you sure? I mean, I'll bite your head off.
Of course you will.
But that's chemical. That's not actually me. What a get-out card, right. Katie. What a great get-out card.
I'm a week off my period, so...
Here we go!
Well retired. I wouldn't mess with me today.
It's gonna be some show. Two people completely nuts going for it. When are you gonna be able to get some, Katie?
Tomorrow, if I go as soon as I wake up.
Okay, good. So
it's not too bad. I take them in the night, though, so...
Oh, do you take yours at night? I take mine first in the morning. Do they help you sleep?
I just find that they work better when I take them at night, and then the next day they sort me out. But
right, okay, okay. Maybe I wonder why I was told to take mine in the morning. I don't know. I'll have to speak to my doctor about it. Not trivial at all, Katie. I do actually think genuinely it's really interesting because I tried to come off them over Christmas, and I cut back and did all of that, and it was horrific, and I don't think people are aware of just how awful it is to try and cut down or come off. I don't know if you've ever tried it.
I mean, over Christmas last year, I came off 150s cold turkey. Literally just stopped taking them one day because they were blowing my head off.
Yeah.
And that wasn't a good idea.
No, it's a terrible idea.
I was all right in the end, obviously, but wasn't a clever thing to do.
It's a weird old thing. But no, not trivial at all, Katie. I think it's an important thing that people don't really talk about. So I appreciate you sharing that with us. Was there anything else you wanted to say tonight?
I had a job interview today.
Oh, go on. How did it go?
I think it went all right. I've not heard back anything yet, but I think it went okay. I've not been for a job interview since I was 23. That's 23 years ago, half of my life ago, right? You're so lucky.
Oh, mate, honestly, I know, because it's the most horrendous thing in the world, isn't it? Because basically, you have to sit, I mean, mine was to work in a record shop, I think was the last one. So it's something I sort of knew a lot about, and it was only for a Christmas job, it wasn't for a career. But you really sit there, and the scrutiny that is on you for 30 minutes, however long it was, and you've got to sell yourself
Yeah, it's awful. It's horrible. I hate it.
But apparently they make their mind up about you within the first 30 seconds or something.
Oh, I just try and be really, like, friendly and happy, but I don't know.
Oh God! Don't laugh.
Don't be awful.
No, I'm teasing. Well, have they said when they might let you know or anything?
He said they were going to let me know today, like this afternoon, but did not let me know. So
the last job interview I went for, I take it I didn't get it, but they never got back to me.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I've had a few like that before as well.
It's
so
just bloody
I'm not
rude.
bothered.
I think it's rude. You've had a wash, probably put a new outfit on, or at least a clean one on to go and see them, made the effort, and they can't be bothered to let you know yes or no.
Here's the thing.
I know, it's rude.
It is rude. Here's the thing, right? If someone is hoping for something off of you, right, and you are not going to give them that thing because you don't want to, or because you can't, or for whatever reason, tell them.
Yeah.
Tell them. Catherine and I, not anywhere near as important as your situation at all, Katie, but we're waiting back for an email, right? For and I'm treading very carefully, right? We're waiting back for an email that I would have hoped we would have. It was sent on Monday. I was hoping we'd get a response yesterday. We haven't had a response yet. I suspect the answer is going to be no, right? Say no. Say no. Say no. And I've learned this as I've got older, right? It's actually, it's so much better for and I've learned to say no to people and say, I cannot do that for you. I do not want to do that for you. I can't help you with that. I've learned to do that because just not replying or saying anything is rude and disrespectful. And it's unfair. And actually, by saying no, you're actually helping that person out, because then that person can either get angry and say, well, screw you, that's fine, that's their thing.
It's unlikely that'd be the reaction.
Or they can go, they might say, is there any reason could I have done anything differently? And then you have to decide, you don't necessarily have to respond to that, but maybe you'd want to. Or they can go, okay, well, that's great. That means that avenue is closed to me. Thank you. I can now spend time looking at this avenue.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're not left wondering what it was you did wrong.
No.
Because that is the natural reaction, isn't it? It may be that you didn't do anything wrong. It may be that the person whose job you were going for decided to stay. After all, that happened to me once. And then they made up all this stuff about, we didn't think you really wanted this job because your job's good already. It's like, that's what happens when you try and move within the BBC. And it's bullshit. I knew that the person was staying. Just tell me that. Yeah. Tell me the truth. And it will allow me to, because you can make some brilliant decisions following a quote-unquote failure. Sometimes it helps you decide what you really want to do.
Yeah. I mean, even if sorry.
No, go on, Katie.
Even if they call me back and they say no, like, that's fine, I'll just be like, can you give me some feedback?
Yeah.
Can you tell me, like, what went wrong?
We had, I hate doing it, but I'm getting better. We had someone get in touch that wanted to come on and talk about a book that they'd written. Seemed like a really nice person, but it wasn't right for us. And I did actually and ah about how to, and I just replied going, thanks very much, this isn't really for us, best of luck. That was it. And that was it. That person went, oh, thanks for getting back, cheers. Boom, we're done. And it's just, so we're waiting for this email from people and rapidly losing respect for them for various other reasons. And I suspect they're not even going to reply, or if they do, it won't be for a week or so. So what I'm saying is, in a much smaller, less significant way, I identify with your job thing, and hopefully they've not got back to you just because they're arguing that they want to pay you more money than they initially said, and they're going, well, I want to give her more money. Well, okay, will you give her 5,000? No, I want to give her 6,000. I don't know. Maybe there's that. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Would you let us know how it goes?
Yeah, I will do.
Nice one. All right, Katie. Best of luck. Thank you for that. I enjoyed that. I do think it's important to talk about coming off pills, forgetting pills and stuff, because it's literally 36 hours. My head is going doolally. Cold water. Good evening, Stephen. Turn your radio off, Stephen.
Here we go.
Stephen! We'll come to Stephen in a minute. Let's go to Alan. Good evening, Alan.
Hello, Ian.
Hey, Alan, what you got for us?
Right. Can you hear the music?
No.
No? Can you hear it now?
Nope.
You hear it now?
Ever so faintly. Here's the thing about modern phones is They are programmed, they are built to kind of, dampen, sound, what's the word I'm looking for? Ambient noise, thank you. They're made to dampen.
I was going to play a song in the background and ask you, could you name what the song was?
Well, this is why you can't do it, but if you
don't
listen, you won't.
Well, but it's
not going to work, is it?
I don't think so. I mean, can you get it loud and close?
Well, I can't really turn it up because I live in a flat and my neighbours wouldn't really like it.
Could you go and sit closer to it?
Could you move closer to it?
There we go.
Is it now?
It's as if I said that.
I can't hear anything.
Is
the phone, is it on speakerphone or not?
Oh, I wouldn't put it on speakerphone, Ian. I know how you feel about speakerphone.
Thank you. I'm going to say something I'm going to say something I don't think I've ever said in my life. Alan?
Yeah?
Could you put it on speakerphone for me, please?
I would love to put it on speakerphone.
Dirty boy, you dirty boy! Go on, he's been waiting for this. Put it on speakerphone, see if that helps.
It's on speakerphone.
Right.
Hello?
Hello. Can you put the phone, the mouthpiece, next to the speaker of the equipment you are playing this so-called music through?
Can you hear it now?
No.
Is he trolling me? Is he doing that? Because here's the thing, right? You remember that UKIP guy that did the Periscope, and people were going, "Can't hear you, mate. Microphone's gone," and they could hear him perfectly, but can't. And it's a very funny stream. That's now a thing.
Did he seriously not hear the music?
Shut your face.
TV?
I'm talking. Shut up. You're trolling me. I'm not trolling you.
Are you Judge Render?
Are you trolling me? There's no music. So. Now that's the thing.
Did you just Judge Render me there?
No, I didn't Judge
Render. Talking!
Practice your listening skills.
Okay.
Right. So shut up. So, if you... right, shut up.
It's amazing how many people listen while their gobs are going.
So if you do a live stream of Periscope, Twitch, YouTube... people will still 4 years later go, can't hear you. Someone did it to me on Twitch, can't hear you. And I went, oh no, can anyone else hear me? And went, yeah, went, right, alright, kick him off. So, Alan.
I love you, Ian.
I don't believe you've ever heard music, let alone playing it now.
Ian, I love you.
Why don't you just tell me what the song was?
It was, Shania Twain, Still the One.
Thank you very much indeed. This is Talk Radio.
Whispering lunar incantations for cross-parents, cross-dressers.
Yeah. Did you know this about me?
And cross-rail workers.
Steel and polycarbonate.
The Late Night Alternative with Ian Lee.
I've got a very poor internet connection.
On Talk Radio.
Actually, 03444991000. I'm actually getting some good contributions on Twitter tonight, which is unusual. I don't really do them, but I will. Gareth says, now this is for you, dear listener, pay attention. The best way to play music, and then he does quotes, down the phone. Don't know why that's in quotes. The best way to...
Apparently down the phone.
The best way to play music down the phone is, listen, I want someone to try this for us, is to hold your earphones together as close to the phone mouthpiece as possible, clear as a bell, then. Its punctuation is all over the place, Gareth. I'm not going to pick you up on that if the technology is accurate. So could someone phone us up and try that? And then Cupcake and Pudding is obviously in a very, very fancy restaurant because she has sent us a burger menu. One of the burgers, so you can have Korean barbecue, sesame seeds and spring onion. Sounds okay. Tell me when you hear the one you like, Catherine. Korean barbecue, sesame seeds and spring onion. Or you've got American hot buffalo and crispy onion. Or you've got...
Don't like buffalo.
Okay, well, there's got one more.
Should be on the prairie.
Sticky barbecue sauce and cheesy Whatsits.
Boom.
Yeah, we go. And then here's a burger. You can get a quadruple, so it's 4 patties covered in barbecue sauce, and under the top flap of there's a load of cheesy Whatsits.
Guess what I had for my lunch?
That would work as well. Go on.
Heinz tin spaghetti with sausages.
There you go.
Yesterday, Heinz ravioli.
That was it.
I'm on one of those Jags.
That was the one, the tinned Heinz ravioli. I treated myself today. I had to do some work in Chiswick, and then I had a few hours to kill. I thought I could go home, but I'll stay and I have coffee, and then I'll go to a meeting, and then I'll come in and do the show. So I was going to go to Costa, and have just like, coffee and a sandwich. As I drove to Costa, I drove past a Byron Burgers. And it's not the sort of thing I'd normally do on my own, but I just thought, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. Went and had a big old burger, the biggest one they had, fries, and just a plain vanilla malt. None of your salted caramel, none of your Oreos, none of that. Make this the last time, Amy, because Stephen is I'll take him straight away, but Stephen is struggling to stay on the line.
Ask him to be ready.
Tell him to be ready. We're going to come to him straight away. Vanilla malt, and at the end there's a big old chunk of malty milkshake. Beautiful. I never do that. You have taught me in the last couple of weeks that food can be a pleasure. It's not just a chore.
Exactly.
It can be a pleasure.
Treat yourself.
Yeah.
Look for the joy in life.
Yeah, and it was a massive Byron burger and a vanilla malt. I love a malt. Let's try Stephen. Sweet Lord Jesus Christ.
I become a radio down, Ian.
Sorry?
A radio down.
Yeah, you
become a radio down.
Yes, please, mate. This is the third time you've called in and the second time we've gone to you, so yes, please, mate.
Right. Now, the subject, the thing that's eating me up right now is I've been given let's say for a working class boy for Glasgow, or boy, middle-aged man, as I say now, I've been handed £3,750.
Dear God, you're going to kill yourself.
Backdated. It was backdated money that they owed me through.
Like benefits and stuff, or work.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you going to do with it?
Oh, I don't know.
Please don't spend it on drugs.
I was.
I'm not joking.
I was thinking about setting up a Help Nigel fund.
No, I think you need a Help Stephen Day, because I like you, Stephen, a lot. I got a lot of time and a lot of respect for you, but you at the moment Can I speak freely with you, Stephen?
Yeah.
You might not like it.
Right.
I got a lot of time for you. I love you like a brother.
Right.
The calls you made yesterday and the calls you've made tonight, you sound, okay. You sound really, really unwell, and I'm worried about you. You ain't just on calms like you told us yesterday.
No.
No, you're not.
It qualifies for up here as diazepam or...
Yeah. Well, you told us yesterday you were on calms.
It has a lamp.
Okay, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, Stephen. You are killing yourself.
Yeah.
And it breaks my... And these conversations, I enjoy talking to you when you're straight, right? But these conversations are pointless, because we had a really nice phone conversation yesterday, and then do you remember making the second and third calls?
I remember making the third one where the last voice I heard was Kath.
Right, and what did you talk about in that third call?
And the third call, apart from Kath trying to scare me...
No one was trying to scare you. No one was trying to scare you. Do you remember what the second and the third calls were about yesterday?
No.
Okay. And that's concerning. I'm not having a go at you, mate. Trust me, I'm not having a go at you. I do not want you to take this as criticism, alright? This is support. This is not criticism. I'm a junkie, right? So I know the pain of being on drugs and thinking...
I hate that word.
Well, okay, you use whatever word... Stephen, you use whatever word you want to use to describe yourself. I'm describing me. I'm a junkie, right? So I know what it's like to be obsessed with getting and using drugs, okay? I know what it's like. And I know what it's like to have blackouts. I know what it's like to lose days, forget conversations, forget meetings. But I know what it's like, right? You use whatever term you want to use. I'm a junkie, right? You're killing yourself, and it kind of feels like I'm being part of it.
No, Ian, no, it was. You're an entertainment for me. You're my entertainment. I listen all the way through. What's happening with Paul Ross? What happened?
He's
to
on
that?
Talk Sport now. And there goes that conversation round that bend. Stephen, it kind of feels like these conversations are pointless because I don't think you know what we're talking about. I suspect that when you put the phone down, you will have forgotten what we were talking about.
That is yeah.
There we go. Get to bed, son. Get to bed. You're a good man, Stephen. You deserve better than this.
Thank you, Ian.
You're a good man. And you're in a bit of a mess. And you deserve significantly better. And it is achievable. There is an alternative to the life that you are living. It may not seem like it at the moment, but there is an alternative.
Yeah.
You know that, man.
Thanks, Ian.
Get some sleep, son.
You're some man, Ian.
No, I'm not. I'm a guy that's messed up and I'm doing my best to clear up the mess. You're exactly the same. Get some sleep, Stephen. Get some sleep. I would love to speak to you tomorrow or Friday when you're clean. I would love it. I don't know if it's possible, but I would love it.
Right.
I'm not telling you off.
Right. Let's try and make that a possibility then.
Should we aim for that?
Yeah.
I'm in it if you're in it, brother. I'm up for it if you're up for it.
Yeah, I'm definitely up for it, yeah.
Wicked. Tell you what, let's aim, no pressure if you don't make it, alright? Because I don't want to cause you shame or give you something else you can whack yourself over the head with. Let's aim to talk tomorrow with you straight so that we can have a proper conversation. And I would like it if you could tell me one thing positive that you'd done tomorrow. And that can be a small thing like you went for a walk, or you made yourself a really nice cup of tea, or you brushed your teeth, or whatever. But it'd be really nice if you could phone up tomorrow and go, I'm straight, I'm not slurring my words, and do you know what, today I did X or Y or Z to look after myself, and it was small, but I feel good for it.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, Ian, the methadone does help, but I was put on Suboxone as well, and that's a real spaced out. You get so much more clarity.
I know. All right, Stephen. Listen, I'm going to let you go because I've got a load of callers waiting.
Right.
You're a good man,
right,
Stephen.
Okay, right, thank you.
You're a good man, and you deserve better, and you will get better.
Right.
Take care, mate.
Right. Take care.
See you later, buddy. Bye bye. Yeah, man. Can I just have a second to decompress?
Yeah. That breaks my heart. It really does.
Well, I was laughing at the start because it's funny. I'm not laughing at his problem. Here's the thing. Someone's, contradicting themselves. You're allowed to laugh because I'm not laughing at him. I'm not laughing at him, and some people will interpret it as that. It's not in the slightest. But that breaks my heart. That really does upset me because I'm that close to it. I'm always that close to it. I'm wafer thin gap, as I found out December 2 years ago. December 2 years ago when I was clean for 13 years, and suddenly I thought, I think I could probably take a little bit of cocaine and a little bit of crystal. I think I could probably do that. And I was lucky I was only out there for 3 months. And next week, where's the date today? What date have we got? date have we got? Let's have a look at this. I hold a phone like an old man now. You call me out on this. I pick up a phone and I sort of pull it away. The 18th. In, I think 9 days, maybe it's 8. I'm going to say 9. 9 days, 18 months clean. Whoa, yes, man! 18 months again! Should be, ironically, it's the same date, the 27th September, should be my 15th birthday clean time. And I said this to someone I bumped into someone in NA the other day I've not seen for years, like 10 years. And he said, how's it going? I said, it's good actually, but I've had a relapse and next week it should be my 15th birthday, but it's 18 months. And he went, don't even talk about the 15th, forget that. You've still got that, but let's look forward to the 18 months. So calls like that from Stephen break my heart because, he's a good man. Who knows what he's done, but he's a good man, and I identify with it. I don't. Also, I'll tell you why. Susan and Catherine, we'll come to you after the news. There have been a couple of calls recently where, with like Stephen, and there was another caller. I think it was Mel last week, week before, where I thought, shoot, I don't actually know what to say in this situation. Calls like Chris who was taking his own life, and most of the other calls, I kind of intuit where to go and what to say. With Stephen and with Mel, it's like, I don't know.
No, but you do.
What to say?
You do.
Well,
I think I sit back and let you handle this stuff because it's about, you've been there.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're not there anymore, it says enough.
That's it, isn't it? That's all I can offer in something like that. Stephen, if you're listening, you're a good man. You got this. Let's have a chat tomorrow. And I'm really looking forward to hearing you say, I had a bath, or I brushed my teeth, or, I watched a really good episode of Homes Under the Hammer. Do something, whatever it is. Just see if you can. There's no pressure. See if you can do just one thing that's you looking after yourself that takes your mind off drugs for 20 minutes. If you can. It's difficult. Wow, that's an hour of the radio gone. Blimey, ups and downs, swings and roundabouts. 0344 499 1000. Some show tonight, the late night alternative. Kath and Ian, weeknights from 10 on Talk Radio.
The late night alternative with Ian Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Song been on my mind. And the tune can be sung and the words all rhyme. Though it don't say much and it won't offend, if you sing it at school, they're liable to send you home. Never knowing what you're showing, think you're growing your own tea. Good Lord. Let me hear that, get me near that crunchy granola sweet. Drop your shrink and stop your drinking, crunchy granola's neat. Sing it out. All right. I know a man was out of touch. And he'd hide in the house and it didn't say much. And like a man with a tiger outside his gate, not only couldn't relax, but he couldn't relate. Now he can, family man, try my brand. Dig. Let me hear that, get me near that crunchy granola sweet. Drop your shrink and stop your drinking, crunchy granola's neat. Sing it out. All right.
Here we go. We seem to be entering some kind of Neil Diamond thing here. This is,
I'll have a double, please.
that'll do me. 0344 499 1000. I'm Ian Lee. You are...
Catherine Boyle.
We had an argument during the news. Told you, we're both over a song. A song that Catherine thinks I've heard, and despite my protestations, I've never heard it. She goes, you know it. You know it. I've never heard it. You know it. And she wanted, I said, what song should we play after the news? She went, how about this song? And it was the song that you think I know, that I don't.
I thought you liked.
Well, I've never heard it until yesterday when you played it to me.
Yeah, you were in a mood yesterday, so you didn't listen to it properly.
I did listen to it. I thought it was bloody awful. What was it? What's it called? Shall I play a bit of it now?
I can't remember. Hang on.
Flip it. This is what I'm doing.
Well, it's because you recommended it, so you knew the song.
0344 499 1000. So far we talked about Natalie Wood, saying no to people, job interviews, coming off your medication, all kinds of stuff.
Tune Yards, Water Fountain.
Water Fountain. The Tune Yards. I've never heard this in my life. I haven't.
You like this at the same time as Jonah's Policewoman.
Okay, well, I like Jonah's Policewoman. Here we go. So this... I mean, I've never heard that before.
Oh, and you like Weirder Than That.
It's not my... Here's what I'd like to say to what are they called? The Tune Yards. You see, you're not really, you don't want to appeal to a 46-year-old man with a moustache. So, you know, it's not my cup of tea. But I could appreciate the effort and the artistry that's gone into it. I appreciate it. I'm not going to say it's rubbish. It's not rubbish. It's obviously great. It's just not my cup of tea. And I've never heard it before. And my mate Catherine is my ex-friend is a liar. She's a goddamn liar. She's the equivalent of, saying there's no press there when there's like loads of video cameras and,
no, that is low. That is low comparing me to that.
Let's go to Susan. Good evening, Susan.
Good evening, Ian. Good evening, Catherine. Catherine hasn't said good evening.
Okay, what would you like to say?
I'd like to say, first of all, Catherine, if I was pronouncing your name in the Spanish language, how would I pronounce it? Catherine, or can you tell me how would I pronounce it?
Catherine. They call me Catherine. You know, Catalina in Spanish is also slang for a turd.
Badge. Oh.
A turd.
No.
So.
No.
So. No gracias. I prefer my own name.
No. Right. Okay. I'll stick to Catherine then.
Why do you care?
Well, because it's interesting.
Not really.
It is really.
It's not. Why are you asking how Catherine will be pronounced in Spain? First of all, it will be pronounced Catherine because that's her name. Yes.
Yes, it is Catherine's
exactly.
name. But the Spanish dialect is different to the English dialect.
But if she went to Spain, please practice your listening skills. Practice your listening skills.
Okay.
Practice your listening skills.
Okay.
Practice your listening skills. If she was in Spain, they would call her Catherine.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, they do.
They would, because I don't know about you, Susan, but I have the courtesy of, if suppose a Spaniard came over here and I said, what is your name? What is your name? Excuse me, what is your name? And he went, Marcus. I wouldn't go, alright, Marcus. I'd go, okay, Marcus. No, Marcus, is that it?
Yeah,
so nice to meet you.
That's why I'm asking.
Well, so it doesn't make sense. Because the Spaniards would have the same courtesy in their country. Beautiful lady, what is your name? It's Catherine. Or Catherine, it is nice to meet. Am I saying it correctly?
Well, that's it. That's why I'm asking, because it's interesting.
No, what do you mean? That's why you literally got nothing. Practice your listening skills. Practice your listening skills. Practice your listening skills. What do you mean? That's why I'm asking. Because
I might go to Spain one day and meet a girl who's called Catherine, and I need to pronounce the name correctly.
Well, you'd ask her.
She wouldn't be called Catherine.
Well, yeah.
She wouldn't be called Catherine in Spain.
Yes, she would. We've had Queen Catherine of Aragon. She was Spanish. She married Henry VIII.
She'd be Catalina.
Catalina, thank you. I've eventually got it out of you.
But I'm not, though.
She's called Catherine.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
We're going round in circles with this.
I know whose fault it is.
I wish you'd go down the plug hole.
The next subject I'd like to raise with you is this case of Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood.
Okay, here we go.
I remember it vaguely.
Were you there?
Press.
Were you there?
No.
Were you there?
No.
Were you there? Robert?
No.
Robert, where's Natalie? Natalie?
No.
Natalie? Robert?
I remember
Christopher
reading
Walken? Have you seen Natalie Wood? Christopher Walken? Robert? Robert Wagner, where's Natalie? Natalie! Oh my God!
Can I talk to you, please?
Yeah, go on.
For a minute.
Yeah.
I remember reading about it, and I remember thinking, well, you know, alcohol can affect people in different ways. When I have too many bubbles, I just sleep. But I've been involved with violent alcoholics, and they don't sleep; they get violent, and it can affect you in a very profound. I mean, I think that possibly there could have been a row that broke out.
all right.
On the phone.
Okay.
There could have been a row that broke out.
There could have been aliens dropped down. There could have been like a karate fight. We just don't know, Susan.
No, we don't know. But I'm just offering
You're just guessing.
a suggestion.
You're just guessing. You don't know.
No, I know. I'm just offering a suggestion.
I don't want to hear your guess.
Well, no, because it's just throwing another light on the subject.
Oh.
I think it's possible that Robert thought that Natalie had been having an affair with Christopher. They were intoxicated. There was lots of alcohol.
Okay.
And it just got out of hand. You know?
Okay. It
could have just been a tragic accident.
When are you going to?
It could have been.
When are you practice your listening skills? When are you going to Spain, Susan?
Well, I'm not going to tell you because I know that you'll.
So you're not.
You won't you'll do something with my passport.
So
You'll
you're
tell them not to let me back in.
So you're not going.
I am going, but I'm not telling you.
Are you going this year?
No, I'm going to Barbados next
That's
year.
not in Spain.
To check out
Barbados isn't in Spain.
No, it's not.
So when are you going to Spain? You're not going this year, and you're not going next year. You're not going to Spain. So that whole first 5 minutes was just so you could hear the sound of your own voice on the radio yet again. Because you go on Mike Graham's show, and then you go on James Wales' show, and then you come on my show. You make up stuff so you can hear your voice. You are not going to Spain.
I don't like hearing my voice.
Well, then why do you inflict it upon us? We don't like it either.
I do.
I enjoy talking to you. I don't enjoy listening to my voice. I enjoy listening to yours.
We don't enjoy... Well, just listen then. You don't have to phone in. We don't enjoy listening to yours.
Why not?
Because it's really annoying. You know that scene You know that scene in Jaws, right? Where they're having a public meeting to address what to do with the shark, right? And then suddenly the meeting is brought to a standstill. Do you know why and how the meeting is brought to a standstill?
No.
She's either crying or masturbating.
No, tell me.
The drunk actor whose name escapes me scrapes his fingernails down the blackboard. It sets everyone on edge, but it gets their attention. That's what your voice does. It sets everyone on edge, and unfortunately, it gets... Thanks very much for your call. Let's go to Catherine. Good evening, Catherine.
Good evening.
Good evening, Catherine. What have you got for us tonight, please?
Wow, nothing much, but I was calling to speak to you about the...
Turn your radio off. We'll come back to you in a second. Please don't recreate that. We'll come back to you in a second, Catherine. Yes, June.
Hi there, Ian.
Hello, June.
Hi, Kath.
Hello, June.
Just to let you know that my book has come.
Yay! Here's the thing, the late night alternative transcripts. We're almost up to £2,000, guys. We're going to stop selling it just after Christmas. Go to lulu.com, type in here's the thing. All the profits go to the Samaritans.
Good.
There we go. just
That's
selling.
the appropriate
Just
reaction.
selling, baby.
yeah.
Just selling, baby.
Just selling.
Just selling, baby.
Funnily enough, the first story that we found was Susan from Exeter.
Oh, God. I'm so
tell her.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
Guess who was Susan?
What do you mean? When you were acting it out, does she do a good Susan?
Rachel. Pretty good. My 10-year-old going on 20-year-old grandson played Ian Lee.
There we go.
And at the moment, he is listening to you.
Hello, young man!
And I think you might want to say hello.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Hello,
Hello, you. What's your name?
Dylan.
Dylan. Dylan's a cool name. I was speaking to a Dylan earlier on. Can I ask you a few questions, Dylan?
Yes.
What do you do for a living?
Well, I don't do much.
Oh, okay. Well, how do you earn your money?
I don't.
Wow. So you're a freeloader.
Yeah.
And what does your wife think about this?
I'm 10 years old.
Okay. The question still stands. What does your wife think about this?
Nothing, since I don't have one.
Wow, this guy is living the dream. He's a freeloader. Do you play video games?
Yes.
What video games do you play? Fortnite?
No.
Good.
I mainly play Pokemon.
I was going to say poker.
You play what, sorry?
Pokemon.
Pokemon?
Pokemon.
Oh, okay. Now, are you playing Pokemon Go, or are you playing, like, Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Silver, Pokemon Moon, Pokemon Day?
Well, I play Pokemon Go.
Yep.
And I also play some of the other games.
Okay, wicked. All right. Well, I'm glad that's cool. I was teasing, of course. Of course you don't have a job. What's your favourite thing at school?
I'm home ed.
Oh, okay. What's your favourite thing at home ed?
Well, my favourite thing is science.
Science. Okay. Do you know how to make a bomb?
No.
Do you know how to make, really smelly things?
No.
Do you know how to make a fire?
Yes.
There we go. That's good. Come, let me teach you. I'll teach you the important science. We should hang out. You and me, Dylan. We should hang out. I'll teach you how to do some good science.
Okay.
All right. Nice one, man. Hey, listen, thanks for calling, Dylan. Nice to talk to you.
He's gone.
Okay, he's gone. All right. So, Catherine, can we get Catherine back, please? I don't know what's going on there before we have another thing. I like Dylan. Dylan's good.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
He's, I think I've told you about him before. He's my grandson, and he's autistic.
There we go. There we go.
And he's home-edited.
There we go. We know 3 things about him.
And at the moment, he's learning about Henry VIII's 6 wives.
What's the point?
He's obsessed with the musical Six.
The what?
Have you not heard of the stage musical Six?
No, I've not heard of the stage musical Six.
Oh, it's wonderful. I listen to it quite a bit now.
Okay. I don't know what it is.
It's a musical where you've got different women playing the 6 wives of Henry VIII.
Gosh.
And they tell you, they sing you their stories.
Now, did they make a film of that in sort of modern day?
I'm not sure if it was a film, if they've made a film. I know it's at the West End at the moment.
Right. I'm pretty sure there was one with, like, Nicole Kidman and Penelope Cruz. I think that was
have been.
Well,
might have been.
okay. Well, that's your project. That's your project, June, is to find out if that's a thing. Hey, listen, thanks for calling, June. Nice to talk to you. I'm glad you're enjoying the book, and Dylan is an absolute delight. Well done.
Nice.
Cheers, my dears. Ta-ta. 0344 499 1000 is the phone number. This is Talk Radio.
Neon lit night talk for torch singers, trolley dollies, and train wrecks like me.
Never know just where the conversation will take you.
What I'm going to say sounds ridiculous.
The Late Night Alternative with Ian Lee on Talk Radio.
Amy wants to know, this is for you, I think, Catherine.
Yeah.
Could you let me know how Amy is pronounced in Spanish, please? That's from Amy.
I think they would pronounce it Amy.
Okay, happy to help there. Hope that helps Amy. With any trips to Spain you haven't got planned. Good evening, Catherine.
Good evening.
What have you got on in the background?
Hello.
What have you got on in the background? Jesus Christ!
I haven't got anything on in the background. Is it me you're talking to?
Yeah, we can hear something on in the background.
No, I've got nothing. I've got my husband snoring in the background.
Hang on a minute, be quiet. You've just turned it off. There is some Amy, hang on a second. Amy is impartial. Amy is impartial. Amy, did you hear something in the background there?
I did. It was our adverts.
Coming from
Catherine's phone.
Catherine.
No, honestly, because I can't hold the phone with my hands. It's particularly bad tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but there was definitely something coming from your phone. Anyway, what have you got for us on Wednesday, September the 18th?
Not a lot.
Oh.
I've been waiting for so long because you've been talking about these prescription drugs that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
It just happens to be that I'm on the same prescription drugs as you are.
Uh-oh.
And I missed mine yesterday.
And what happened to you?
My whole day has been completely turned upside down.
Oh.
I've been in fits of crying. I've been in... It's been horrendous. And I don't normally suffer like it, but these were really bad, and I wouldn't have bothered phoning in, apart from that you said they were venlafaxine.
Yeah, it's famous for being one of the worst to try and come off, and one of the worst to miss for a day or two.
Really?
Yeah,
See, I didn't know that at all.
Why would they tell a patient?
No, they wouldn't, would
what
they?
Some of the expected side effects of a medication. Why would they do that?
It's true, actually.
Yeah.
It's true, so...
But did you miss it because you run out, or because you forgot, or why?
No. Oh, yes, sorry, I missed it because I ran out of tablets, I thought I'd had enough, went to the box, and hey presto, none in the box.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. You got.
And that's the thing that you learn from, and you learn from it really the hard way.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a good way to learn. Let's put it that way.
So when are you getting a fresh? When's your dealer scoring for you?
When's the dealer up, love? He should be up on Friday.
That's okay. That's a way to go, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all I can hope. And if not, the chemist has told me he will lend me some.
Yeah. Lend you some? What? You right?
But you're now... Yeah, I dropped my phone.
That's all right.
But you're now in a position where you have to pay them if you miss a cycle.
Yeah.
You have to go and miss him to pay you. You've got to pay him for another cycle, and you can only miss three prescriptions a year.
Is this Nazi Germany we're living in?
Yeah, it's really bad. You can only miss 3 prescriptions a year.
Or what? That you go to...
You don't get them. You have to ring up your GP.
Aye.
And your GP has to decide as to whether it's a serious enough case for you to get an extra prescription.
That's a shame. My GP, I've not really tested this one, but my previous GP, when I lived in Windsor, was normally pretty good, and I could phone them up. Because I would get a repeat prescription, and I'd go to Boots to collect it, and it wasn't there. And they were pretty good that I could phone up the doctors and go, my prescription isn't here, and I'm out. Can I come in this afternoon and get it? And they would do it. But I don't know if, they were a really good surgery anyway. I'm sure they're not all as good as that.
No, they're not, because where I lived before, they were absolutely brilliant.
Yep.
They would come and they would just issue me a prescription, and they certainly never charged me. I mean, it's not the charging, I don't mind. But, I was a little bit annoyed over it.
Got to be on top of it, man. You've got to be on top of it. I'm always on top of it. I'm always on top of having them in.
I normally am on top of it because I know they're so important, if I ever did, lose the prescription or come down to the prescription or whatever, my husband would go around and get them for me.
Yeah.
But no go this time.
Catherine, take it easy. Get it sorted out. Get it sorted out. Let's go and kick some pharmacist ass. Thank you, Catherine, for sharing that. I appreciate that. 0344 499 1000. This is the front page of the Times. This is the front page. It is a warning that this is the front page. Are they allowed to do jokey ones on the front page
of the Times?
Yeah, they've got a jokey one. It is a warning that those in the grip of a midlife crisis should take seriously. So it's a joke. Already we're into joke territory. Blasting Bat Out of Hell on the car stereo really will tempt you to drive more dangerously. I listened to the new P.P. Arnold album. Right, it's got some really, really good stuff on it. It loses its way a bit, right? And I can pinpoint. I wonder if it's on. What's the new album called? The New Adventures of. I can pinpoint the exact moment it just starts to wobble a little bit. Let me find the name of the song. Hang on a second. Right, okay. Right. The moment, the first moment where I went, oh God. And from then on, this is a great song, right? But there's a bit in it that made me go, oh God, really? And from then on, the album sort of, listen to this. This is a brilliant song, right? It's called I'm a Dreamer, right? It's great, it's big, and the ending is amazing, but there's a really bad rhyme in it. You go,
make me nervous when I see you. I can't imagine what it's like to be.
The voice is great, the string's amazing, but there's an awful
It's
rhyme.
a mystery to me.
You just go, oh, and the whole album.
And I've got to get away. I put a bet on with a bookie for the race they put on over in Kentucky.
Oh no, come on. Bookie does not rhyme with, well, it does for me. Kentucky, it does.
Say it so it works.
Bookie, Kentucky.
The bookie.
Which makes me think it was written by a northerner.
Here we go.
I put a bet on with a bookie for the race they put on over in Kentucky.
Now, it was that, and it's a great song. I might play the song later because the ending is really epic and it's huge and it's like a big old sort of 60s ballad. But that was the moment. Up until then, the album is perfection. It's bliss. It's gorgeous. It's like a lovely cake that you just want to fall into. Then it was Bookie in Kentucky. You go, ooh, physically, ooh. And then it sort of stumbles and loses its way a little bit. And there's a couple, the penultimate two tracks are actually.
Wow.
But some voice, man.
I love her.
Yeah, yeah, no, the album is great. It's great. But it gets a little bit wobbly.
We were kind of pen pals for a while when I was trying to get her on the show a couple of years ago, and there's a lot of back and forth and a lot of pleasantries and stuff. Thoroughly charming. Impossible to pin down. She's got a lot of stuff on.
Say Bookie in Kentucky.
Bookie in Kentucky.
There you go, you see. There you go.
By the way, I was talking about the film, I was thinking it was called Six. Earlier on, and I said Penelope Cruz.
You're thinking of Rocky Six.
No, I was thinking of one called Nine. 2009.
No, you were thinking of one called Seven with the thing in the box.
No, yeah, well.
Oh, here we go.
That wasn't a musical. But Nine is a live action film, right? It's got some, I've never seen it. I should have seen it. This sounds like it's completely my department.
Yeah.
It's kind of based on Federico Fellini's autobiographical film 8.5, but they've rounded it up to 9.
Okay.
It's got Penelope Cruz.
Yeah.
It's got, Judi Dench, Kate Hudson, Nicole Kidman,
what is it?
Sophia Loren. It's about a film producer who has a writer's block and he starts thinking about basically all the women in his life.
It's a masturbatory fantasy. I'm not even joking.
No, yeah, pretty much it is what it is. I should watch it.
By the way, they're remaking The Secret Garden.
Yeah.
But apparently the Secret Garden is magic in this version. I remember loving The Secret Garden, the film, the book. I've not seen the first film. But in the book, isn't it just like she leads a miserable life, but then she finds this garden, and it's magic in as much as it brings her to life?
Well, yes. I read it to my eldest years ago. And what it is she's a spoilt brat who gets shipped back from India because everyone dies in the household of like cholera or something, and she goes to live with a relation that's not really very interested, discovers that there is a sickly boy stashed away in one of the rooms that she's not supposed to have any dealings with, and he's not supposed to go outside for fear he'll die because his mother had died and he's supposed to take after her. So she takes him out into the garden, and together they learn that life is worth living.
Spoiler alert, by the way, guys. But in this remake, it's actually a magic garden where it's bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. And also, they're remaking The Princess Bride.
No.
Did you see Jamie Lee Curtis tweeting about it?
I also saw Kerry, what's his name?
Mulligan.
The guy, yes, saying...
Is there someone called Kerry Mulligan? I literally just plucked that name out of the air. Is Kerry Mulligan
Kerry Mulligan's a woman, isn't it?
I've got no idea. I just made the name up. Kerry Mulligan. Is that a person?
I've said yes. I think there is.
Wow.
Kerry Elves. Is that how you pronounce his name?
I've got no idea, but I'm going to Google Kerry Mulligan and see if that's a person.
The guy who plays Wesley also tweeted saying, it's pretty much the only perfect film, why would you mess with it?
Kerry Mulligan is an actress.
Yes.
Okay, well that's something.
It's a great film. My kids love that film so much.
It's a good film. They,
Little Fred Savage is in it. And Columbo.
What was I going to say? I was going to say something, I can't remember what I was going to say. Head's gone a little bit. Just give me a few seconds just to focus. Huh? Do you know what? I could just sit here. And play Game Boy Advance.
Let's retrace our steps. Huh? You brought up The Princess Bride. They're going to make it again.
I tweeted
Jamie Lee Curtis,
an American comedian today, because she... I don't know, because she was doing she's doing a show. God, my head is just gone, man. I tweeted, how do I see what tweets I've sent to people?
I saw it. It's called Get on Your Knees.
Yeah, it's about, blowjobs. It looks really, really funny.
Is it though? I thought it was about depression.
No, her book is about depression. Get on Your Knees is about blowjobs.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, well, I guess in the two probably, Jacqueline Novak. Because I see these things pop up, and sometimes I follow them, and there's a picture of a sexy woman lying on the floor. And so I kind of clicked, and she's this, the book is about depression. Get on Your Knees is about giving blowjobs. Here we go. Jacqueline Novak's Get on Your Knees is a show about blowjobs, but also it's not a show about blowjobs. Here she explains. Should we have a little read of this? This is from glamour.com. Jacqueline Novak's Get on Your Knees bills itself as the most highbrow show about blowjobs you'll ever see. It's an accurate description, although you won't hear any advice about blowjob techniques at the one-woman stand-up show. You will leave the theatre feeling like oral sex might be the most poetic thing two partners can do in bed. Doesn't that sound great? This is her writing. I have this stand-up one-woman show called Get on Your Knees. It's about blowjobs, but of course it's not about blowjobs. I prefer to say it's a show about ideas. So when people see the show and then ask me about my blowjob techniques, I have nothing to say. I'm a writer, a comedian. I'm not a sex therapist. I have no tips and tricks for giving blowjobs. All I have are notions about blowjobs. And if I were allowed to go into a blowjob with only one or other in tow, practical skills or fanciful ideas, I'd choose ideas. Technique is overrated. I just think it sounds brilliant. And I was reading her tweets and she seemed very, very funny. And a lot of people that I'm sort of vaguely aware of, were saying this show is brilliant. But people that I'm vaguely aware of and like were going, this show's brilliant. If you get a chance to go and see this show, you should go and see this show. It's really, really funny. And so I just tweeted her and just said, come do the show in England. But then I was very, very high on not, taking medication.
You've just done to hear what people do to us.
This is that.
Why don't you come and do it near me?
You can't do it to me.
We'll come. That's two people.
People are now buying into the vibe because Dylan called in, who was 10, you should do a show with kids. And for ages, me and Kath wanted to do like a live show, like a live rabbit hole with kids. Still a possibility. But we kind of sort of just got focused on other things and stopped talking about it. And I've, for ages, would have wanted to do like a Saturday morning, 9 till 11, phoning show for kids. I did it when I volunteered, when I was working at Absolute Radio 8-9 years ago. I volunteered at Radio Lollipop at Great Ormond Street for ages, and I used to go around the wards and play with the kids. But then I would just do the radio show, and I'd do like a phone-in radio show for kids, and there's only about a dozen kids that would listen. But kids would just phone up, and they'd say something. I go, that's rubbish. Go, what? I said, nah, that's rubbish, you can do better. And I would do this show, less swears, less blowjob references, significantly less actually, virtually nil. But I would do this show, but for kids in hospital they were all ages up to about 16, and they would phone in, and there was my favourite one, and there's no tape of it exists, and it's wonderful, was a kid in one ward was phoning in to say something, then a kid in another ward phoned in to disagree with him, so this kid then just phoned back, so then this kid and they were just like trolling each other by phoning in and it was the funniest thing. It was the funniest thing.
Is, those guys have got nothing but time.
Yeah, exactly. I used to love it. So we would love to, do a phone-in show for kids. I mean, I suppose it could, listen, it ain't gonna happen here. Trust me, it's never gonna happen here. Maybe they'd let us do it as a one-off. I don't know, but it's unlikely. But it could work here, because enough, I mean, it'd be racist kids phoning in, but they'd all be called Tommy. They'll all be called Tommy. There'll be no Imrans, it'll all be Tommy. Call it in. I joke. A bit. But I'd be totally up for doing a phone-in show for kids. I think it'll be the funniest. I prefer kids. I don't like adults. I like kids. I like hanging out with kids. That's why I want to be a primary school teacher, because kids are funny, man. I like hanging out with kids. And you're not allowed to say that as a man. Oh, you're hanging out with kids. Oh, it's a little bit suspicious. No, it's not. Love hanging out. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-year-old kids. I love hanging out with them. They're the most fun. I'm lucky I've got 2. I'm lucky you've got 2 that like me.
Yeah.
Imagine a whole class full of them. The fun we'd have. Honestly, I can't think of... But
no work would get done.
No, work would get done. Work would get done, but we would have a wicked time. I'd be that teacher that they talk about 30 years later. I'd be Mr. Lee. Oh, Mr. Lee was great. It really inspired me. It showed me that you can just, like, dick around and it's okay. I would like that. Anyway, we're going off on tangents. Focus. Alistair, you're next. 03444991000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. This is the Late Night Alternative, weeknights from 10 with Iain and Katherine on Talk Radio.
Tales of mystery and imagination on the radio show that does things differently.
Dolly Parton, I listen to a record all day long.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
I'm a nut job, but not that kind of nut job.
On Talk Radio.
Honest to God, it's the new Breaking Bad. Oh no!
Fallen down a little bit of a Twitter rabbit hole then, right? People are arseholes. Some people are good, right? Was it you that retweeted the suicide?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Really, really sad, right? There's a tweet from Humberside Police. We are extremely concerned for the safety of 20-year-old Jay Woods from Luddington near Scunthorpe, who was reported missing this afternoon. If you've seen him, please call 101. And then Jay Woods' mother has retweeted that with a comment. Please can you help share this? My son has left us a suicide note. Please find my boy. My God. How can anyone think anything other than, at the very least, okay, maybe you're not moved by that, but at the very least you think, oh, that poor family. I hope there's some resolution that's hopeful and optimistic for all of them. Then her next tweet is, no news yet. Dogs have some scent. This is 29 minutes ago. Just help get the word out. We need anyone on the chance they may find him or have seen him. I just want to know he's okay. The first comment that I see is from someone called Kings of Europe, LFC 6x1.
Oh.
I'm going to read out something that's really unpleasant, right? Most of the comments are really nice. I should stress that. Pretty self-explanatory. If he's left a note, then love. Kiss. What? Why?
And then people jump in to pull him up on it, and he doubles down. Do you see this?
Go on. I'm not clicked on. I'm clicking.
Because everyone's saying you should be ashamed of yourself. Just what a mother wants to see, not.
Yeah.
Or, you know, shameful. What's the state? Do you have any feelings at all? Just being truthful. Not everything ends well.
Why? Why would you do that? Most of the comments, I've only seen a few, most of them are caring, sending their best, wishing you well kind of stuff as you would expect from human beings. Because the majority of human beings are actually wonderful. As much as I say I dislike people, the majority of human beings, you have to believe it, otherwise there's no point in brushing your teeth and going out in the morning. The majority of human beings, I think, are at the very least, just want to get on with their own lives and just get on, right? But I think most people are good and kind and helpful and considerate, right? It's a minority, and we always seem to focus on the minority. We always seem to, those are the ones that stand out more. You have 100 people saying great things, and one person says something like, oh, it's just the way it goes sometimes, love. Pretty self-explanatory then, love. It's the love and the kiss that really make, pretty self-explanatory. Again, absolutely no need to say that and horrendous, but love, kiss. That patronising, I'm patronising you because your son may well be dead.
Wink.
Why would you just, even if you thought that, why would you say that?
Well, he's not got his own picture. He's not got his own name. He's carrying on with absolutely no regard for anything because he doesn't have to take responsibility for what he said. People are calling him all sorts on there.
Yeah.
There's no comeback for him.
What a world. What a world. What a poor family. I wish them the very best. I hope the young man is found and that he gets the help that he needs, and I wish them the very, very best. Let's take some calls, shall we? It's been a while. Let's go to Tony. Good evening, Tony.
Good evening, guys. How are you doing?
Very well, Tony. What you got for us?
Right, I'm driving back from Uxbridge. I've spoke to you before a couple of weeks back when Catherine was on a jolly.
Oh, yes.
Right, and I know you've moved on in your show since what I'm going to mention, Robert Shaw, fingernails on the...
Thank you. Robert Shaw, fingernails down the thing. Apparently, him and Mr. Holland's Opus, who's that guy?
Dreyfus.
Who's awesome, Dreyfus. I mean, it's, of all the films to know of it, the guy from Mr. Holland's Opus, Richard Dreyfus, yeah. Him and everybody hated Robert Shaw because he was a massive drunk on Jaws.
Yes, so I understand. Have you read the book?
Which book? Jaws?
Jaws.
What, the story Jaws?
Yes.
No.
No. Brilliant. It's a lot better than the film.
It's about how Roy Scheider, his character is him and his wife are breaking up.
Yes, because Dreyfus and his wife have an affair in the book.
There you go, you see. But
they don't show that in the film.
In the movie, Shaw was a massive alcoholic and got on everyone's nerves. There's a brilliant scene where him and Dreyfus are fighting, and apparently it's one of those things, it was a real fight because you know the scene where he's telling about when he was on a ship that was torpedoed by the Japanese or something.
Yes, the US.
Yeah, he did it. He came in and he did it absolutely steaming drunk, and it was awful, and everyone was really embarrassed, and he came in the next day and begged Spielberg to let him do it again. He said, I can do it. I promise I won't have a drink. I promise you I can do it. And he came in and he nailed it in one go. And here's the thing, Spielberg was invited to do Jaws 2, right?
Wow.
And the famous quote is, he said, I would never do a sequel, it's just a cheap carny trick, which is a great line, okay? But I don't know if he actually said that or not. But his proposal for Jaws 2 was to do the story that Shaw's character talks about the boat sinking. That was going to be Jaws 2. It was going to be a prologue to...
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That would have been something.
Yeah, like some films, like, can't be remade. Like Jaws, you can't remake that. It's a classic.
Yep. They should do CGI to get rid of the cigarettes. Oh, no, hang on, it was E.T., wasn't it? That was E.T. I liked it. Can I say something controversial, Tony?
Go on.
Jaws 2 is better.
I bet you like Jaws 3D as well, don't you?
I didn't know. Do you know what? My boys got really into shark films for some reason, so I've seen them all recently.
I've heard you talk about Sharknado. It's something I couldn't watch.
Sharknado is awful. The CGI in Sharknado is so bad, I just can't see it. It's just like blurry. But Jaws, in order, in reverse order, at number 4, in Jaws movies only. Number 4, it's Jaws 4. Number 3, it's Jaws 3. At number 2, it's Jaws. At number 1 is Jaws 2.
Wow, really?
Yeah, controversial, I know.
You rate it that highly?
Yeah, I think Jaws 2 was brilliant. I loved it.
Yeah, it's just the way they kill it and you see the shark and you can tell it's all rubber and crappy.
It's all rubber in the first one.
Yeah, I know, but it's a lot more.
It's not. The bit where they use a different shark for Jaws 2 because the first one they went to get it and it had gone all mouldy and it had fallen apart, so they had to get another shark for it.
Wow.
But they're good. 1 and 2 definitely stand up.
Fantastic. Anyway, that's all it was for, mate. I've just pulled over off the motorway. Just while it was still in my head, I thought I'm going to phone you up.
Tony,
tell me what it is because it'll kill me if I don't.
Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. If you're going to pull off on the motorway, please make sure it's safe to do so. Good evening, Jules.
Hey, how you doing?
Very, very well, Jules. What have you got for us?
We were talking about Snowman last night. I just wondered what you were talking about tonight. I just tuned.
Well, there's a really good way of finding out what we're talking about.
Don't. We're talking about Jaws. We're talking about Natalie Wood. We're talking about people not having the courtesy to say no to you or to say that you haven't got a job or to reply to a perfectly reasonable email you send them.
I can talk about that one.
Here we go. I knew there was one that would stick. Go on then, Jules.
Yeah. So, I lost my job about 3 months ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And, no, it's all right. These things happen.
Yep.
And, simple courtesy of just telling you, hey, you're not right for this. This is not going on. Where's that gone in society?
So hang on, how did you, did you just turn up one day and they'd moved or something? Well, how did you find out you'd lost your job?
Well, I lost my job, and then I applied for other jobs, but it's in the same industry.
Right, okay, right, so you're talking about sending out applications, and what? They just didn't reply to you?
Yeah, but the thing is, not reply to you, but then, you're at some event where there is people in your industry there.
Yeah.
You see people that you're applying to, they're the ones who are hiring, and you're they know that they have seen your application, but then they're just, to your face, very hey, yeah, love to see you then, and then you're but you're not going to acknowledge the fact that I applied for that job of yours?
Well, can I ask you a question? Did you, in those situations, did you bring up, you're criticising them, and I'm not having a go, I'm just kicking some ideas around. You're criticising them for not acknowledging that you'd applied for a job. Did you bring up that you'd applied for a job? Did you say, hey, do you remember I sent that email, that application form in, just wondered what your thoughts were? Did you do that?
Do you know what? That is the best question you could ever ask, right?
I'm great.
Because there are so many people who just wouldn't.
Yeah.
But I think for 50% of those going on, I did.
Well done, man. That's a tough thing to do.
It's really difficult, right? And for 50%, I think I did.
Yeah.
And for those where I didn't, I left it hanging because I was you clearly know.
Yeah. And when you brought it up, because it's a tough thing, and I'm really challenged. There's a great line from Brené Brown: choose discomfort over resentment. And it means if you confront something that is making you unhappy, then you get rid of that. As long as you do it in a polite way, you're getting rid of that unhappiness that you're carrying around, and then you have an answer. How did it feel, and what did they say?
I think sometimes when you feel like you're not suited to something, it's the best thing to do ever.
Yeah.
Because clear it out, then you know and they know that it just wasn't really meant to be, but you just need to ask.
Yeah.
And then the ones where you're really, really keen about is really funny. One of those happened this morning, and I felt terrible because I just asked these questions, and I was look, you had a job that was right for me a few months ago, and now you're hiring for something that's a bit too junior. I feel bad. I was being a bit pushy about it this morning on the phone call, but it's the first time somebody answered the phone to me and actually talk to me about it. So I feel bad about being put.
Well, here's the thing: as long as you're respectful, as long as you're not aggressive, as long as you're polite, you're allowed to say, "Did I get close to that job? Could you tell me what? Did I do something wrong? Was there anything I could have done to make me better?" You're allowed to ask those questions, I think. And it's either I've had people. It's a completely different situation. But there was a guest that I wanted to book, and the PR company were kind of jerking my chain a bit. And then I gave them some details about the show, and they came back and said, "No, he won't be able to do your show." And I was pissed off. My ego was hurt. So I wrote a very polite email back going, "Oh, that's a surprise. Could you tell me, did I do something wrong, just so I know for future reference?" And they sadly gave me the stock answer, "No, his diary is full." Well, that was a lie, but they weren't going to give me any more, so I left it. But it's okay to say, could I do this better next time? Could you give me any tips? You're allowed to ask that.
And what's the best tip that you got when you asked that question?
I haven't done it very often. It's something new that I'm learning to do. And I think as well, it can make the other person uncomfortable. That's not why I'm doing it. That's their issue. If you do it in a polite way, people don't like direct questions, Jules. People don't like. We kind of do this little dance and this little bit of theatre where you get turned down for a job and that's it, and everyone plays their roles and no one asks any questions. So I think when people are asked that, they can get a little bit uncomfortable. But that's their problem. As long as you're doing it in a polite, respectful way, that's their problem, man.
There has to be something to be said about the fact that if you do it in the right way, sometimes you might not get the job, but you might build some kudos with them, and you might think about, you know what, we don't have a job for you right now, or we know another company around the corner that might be our competitor, but we recommend this person to you because this guy carries himself well, or she carries himself well, right?
Jules, listen, we've got to go because I'm late for the ads, but thank you. I enjoyed that. And I wish you the best of luck. You all right, Catherine?
Yeah, fine.
My head is all over the place, man. I'm high, but not good high.
Oh, no.
I'm like dark high. Yeah, man.
Your eyes got a bit funny. Oh, dear. Right.
This is Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways.
I feel a little erased with how you've been treating me. I'm not some kind of disease for you to cure. Oh, baby, I wake up at 7 a.m. and you're gone out the door again. And when you come back, you can't even say one kind word. And I don't want
Ronnie Spector. Hopefully she's coming on the show again. Yeah, she's been on the show before. She's doing some Christmas shows, man. Go and I saw her at BB King's do a Christmas show. God, it must have been 10 years ago. It was before I had the boy. Before we had the boy. 11 years ago. That is great. Love Ronnie Spector. Just, amazing. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. I apologise. I'm sounding a little bit disjointed today because I forgot to take my venlafaxine, my Effexor, my antidepressant. Honestly, my mind is melting. It's incredible. And I tell you why that's great news, Catherine.
Yeah.
It means for the first time ever, I'm on the same level as Chris. Good evening, Chris.
Good evening.
I'm walking in the same sunshine as you are, brother. It feels good, buddy.
That's a nice introduction.
That's a nice introduction because I feel like we're brothers.
I'm an happy person, I'll have you know.
I didn't say you weren't a happy person.
Well, you just said you're on the same because you haven't taken your medication.
Yes.
You're on the same...
I'm on the same wavelength as you, and that wavelength, Chris, is the wavelength... Why is the phone going a little bit funny? Hang on, stay there, Chris. I'm going to put you on that line, because maybe it'll get rid of the horrible Welsh...
oh, no.
Stop being racist now.
Stop being racist now.
It's not really racist, it's xenophobic.
I used to work in a call centre, I'll have you know.
Oh.
And the abuse I used to get, you effing Welsh this,
abuse?
you effing Welsh
Chris
that.
Akabusi?
You used to work in a call centre?
Jesus.
Yes.
Christ.
What were you...
Don't sound so surprised, please, Catherine.
Well, it's just that...
You're miserable.
I find it quite difficult sometimes to have a conversation with you without you taking offence.
All right, I tell you what, hang on, time out. Do it. Did you phone out, Chris, or did people phone you up?
They phoned us.
All right, Catherine, phone up. You're phoning up Chris. Hang on a minute. Let me
what was your helpline, Chris?
It was IT problems.
Oh.
Okay, hang on a second.
Okay.
We're going to set this up, and we are going to see what
come on.
Chris was like.
Yeah.
As
I didn't always used to be like this.
Here we go.
Go on.
Hang on. Oh.
You going to answer it, Chris?
He's having a fag.
I know.
Are you going to answer the phone, Chris?
IT won't pick up, and I've got this problem.
Right. You got to pick up, Chris.
I've got enough phone calls. Don't send me any more phone calls.
Wow.
He was on the call centre, but he didn't take any calls.
Too many
You'd
calls.
have like a bank of like 10 phone lines coming in.
Yeah, because it was your job.
Yeah, well, no, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. You were asking people to phone you for help. So I'm phoning you for help, Chris. Pick up.
Right, I picked up.
And you say?
Right. I can't remember now.
You start with hello?
Well, yes.
And then you say where I've rung, surely?
And yes, and they'd...
And then I'll say...
You're doing all the work, Catherine! Let him do some of the lifting!
Let's try again. Ring again. I'm ringing again, Chris. Let's start again. You can do this.
Right. Good evening. How can I help you?
Hello. I hope you can. I'm trying to get into my account, but I've been away for 2 weeks, and there was a lot of heavy drinking, and I've completely forgotten my password. Could you get me back onto the system, please?
Well, I do apologise, but I think your account has been hacked. So you want to shut down your account.
I can't get into it though. So could you have a look on your list and maybe send me I'm suggesting things you should do. I tell you what, you ring me and I'll be the IT phone. Well, give me the same problem and I bet I can sort it out.
Okay, here we go.
I haven't done this for many years.
I've never done it. I'm better than you.
Well,
I know you are.
Hello, IT help desk. How can I help?
That's the key word.
Go on.
You have to tell me how I can help. What seems to be the trouble, sir?
So uncomfortable.
Make something up, Chris. Pretend.
I Do you know when you were speaking to that little kid earlier?
No.
I had a little kid rung me up.
I'm sorry, that's not an IT problem. I think you might be trying to get through to...
Honestly, it was.
Someone else?
It was terrible.
Okay, sir, well, I'm going to terminate this call because I think you're being rather vague.
Well...
Thank you very much for calling IT Help Desk. And scene. Chris, what was that?
I still like it, really like it, actually.
I hated working on that IT desk.
So did I. People rang up.
I prefer to be the quality controller, so the computers
do you want to do that? Do you want to role play the quality controller?
Oh, come on, Ian. No, you can't role play that, can you?
Yeah, you can. Have a look at this, Chris. What do you reckon?
Quality isn't very good on that. And I'm in control
How
of
rude.
it.
I was a good IT technician, I'll have you know.
When you pick the phone up.
I worked in mainframes for... I hope you haven't got an account with a certain building society, because I worked on it.
I have got an account with a certain building society.
I worked on live systems with those as well. Bloody hell.
Was it Northern Rock?
That was a lot of fun, and we really appreciate the fact that you really run with our ideas and join in. What can we do for you this evening?
Well, you were talking about Jaws. Now, an old cinema, the place I was born and grew up.
In a cinema? That's a bit inconsiderate of your mum.
I behave.
There we go. Who was that? That was Dad said, when is Chris going to say behave? # Chris Bingo. You just got it.
Really?
Well done, Dad. Well done.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
There's another one.
Is that what I say then? Behave?
And oi!
Oi, pack it in.
Shut up, you.
Pack it up, pack it in. Let it begin. So, Chris, you were born in a cinema. Tell us more of this story until someone else calls in.
I went to watch Jaws back in the 70s.
Is the story just that you went to the cinema to watch Jaws?
No, I'll tell you a story.
Tell us the Jaws story. And if the story is just you went to the cinema to see Jaws, I'm going to give you a tip. That ain't a story. That's a memory.
I went to go. I don't watch movies. I prefer to go to the theatre.
You prefer to go to a sex massage.
Oi, babe. No, I've said it again. I've done it again. Sorry.
We got the double there.
I know.
All we need is a shut up you. We get a full house.
Behave, Catherine.
There we go. Shut up you.
It's not. I thought I wasn't being as Welsh as I used to be.
I don't know what that means.
Well, when I went to get an education.
Oh, did you?
What do you mean? I can't see you.
It's like I've got a soundboard here and I'm just hitting buttons at random. Please tell us your Jaws story, because I'm really keen to know if there's anything...
No, I was going to tell you another story.
Well, finish that
one
first.
The last movie I went to go and watch.
Finish the Jaws story first.
No.
Yep.
I just said I preferred the...
It is you just went to the cinema to see Jaws, isn't it?
No, but the other movie I went to go and watch,
yes.
And I booked a taxi, and I said, right, take me to the cinema down the beach. Right. So he dropped me off. I said, right, is it right in front of me?
Yeah.
And right, I'll show you where it is. Okay. And I got a filthy habit, I smoke. Sorry, I try and give it up, but I don't. So I walked into this place, and I thought, it sounds it doesn't feel right. Can I help you, sir? This is not the cinema, is it? I'd only walked into a bleeding Indian takeaway, and it was called the Cinema Kitchen.
What?
Aye.
What?
Aye.
The Cinema Kitchen? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, it was an Indian restaurant. See, that's what you do, Ian, when you can't see. You do bloody stupid things.
Yep, should just remind everyone, Chris is partially sighted, and you may not know that because he's not mentioned it for 30 seconds.
I do not... don't put that onto my head. I don't...
What was it called? The Cinema Indian? The Cinema...
That's unfair of you.
The Cinema Indian?
No,
What was it called?
Sorry.
It's all right. Chris, come on, we're having a laugh. What was this place called? The Cinema Indian.
I don't mention about my site.
You just
so
did.
Don't put that on me.
You just did.
No, I bloody did not.
You just did.
No,
you
no,
literally
I said,
just did.
Because I went to go somewhere.
You literally just mentioned it.
No, but you said as if I mention it all the bleeding
All
time.
right, well, there's a joke, and I take that back. I apologise. What was this place called?
Cinema Kitchen.
Where was it in Port Talbot? Port Talbot.
You can't even say it, can you?
I can't say it properly, because you're not supposed to say the T's.
Port Talbot.
Are you sure it wasn't called the Cinnamon Kitchen?
Chris.
You racist.
Well.
It was called the Cinnamon Kitchen.
Well, the taxi driver must have misheard me.
This story just implodes on itself. It makes even less sense now we know it's called the Cinnamon Kitchen.
Well,
sounds nice though. I fancy a curry on the strength of this.
That's why I didn't come up to Bath the other week, because I panicked.
Oh, okay.
And I booked
Next
myself.
time we'll be at Bath again. Oh, I need to find out if we're getting paid for that. We'll be in Bath again at some point.
Oh, I'm going to go and watch it. Well, see, I'm starting to panic again now.
Who is it you're going to see? You're going to go and see Lee Evans or something?
No, not bleeding Lee Evans.
All right.
Hey, let's have the bleeding, please.
Oh, no, sorry, Catherine.
You've already dropped an F-bomb. Let's not hedge that way again.
Okay, sorry.
Everyone cool out.
Have I been told off?
Just cool out.
I'm trying to soothe you, Chris.
Anyway.
No, I forgot his name now.
Right.
Rob Brydon.
Okay.
Lee Mark.
Yeah.
But I'm panicking.
Don't panic.
I'm panicking because I think, oh no, I'm not going to go.
Go on, why?
Pardon?
What? Because this is nearer to you, isn't it?
Yes.
Than the Bath show. So why are you panicking, brother?
No, I did.
Come on, calm down. We got this. We've had a laugh, but let's have a proper chat now. Come on, what's wrong?
I'm sorry.
Come on, mate. Tell us what's on, because we've had a laugh. Let's we only have a laugh because we know that you can take it and you give it as good as you get.
Of course I do.
And exactly.
Yeah, I do.
And you dropped an F-bomb and that's very naughty. I don't like hearing you upset, man. What are you worried about?
I almost took somebody out earlier today.
Do you mean on a date or killed them? Which
no,
or both?
I went across the road. I thought, right, there's no traffic coming towards me. So I went to go, and it must have been a cyclist. Oh, they didn't say anything. I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
If it's a cyclist, it's
well, they should have seen you.
They should have seen you.
Oh, they didn't say anything. Huh? It really winds me up.
Well, they should have.
When I go out?
They should have. Here's the rules of the road. If you should be driving at a speed that if someone steps out in front of you, or a car or a cat or whatever, that you can stop immediately and not hit it. That's the rule.
It winds me up even when I.
But here's the other thing, Chris. How many times do you cross the road safely?
Gosh.
Well, the fact we're talking suggests
quite often.
Every other time.
Quite often. So what are you nervous about? Obviously you're very nervous about going out.
Sometimes I just go for it. I think, sod it.
It must be tough. It must be tough.
I can't hear anything. If I got lots of background noise behind me, I'd just go for it. Sod it. I've been on a bonnet of a car.
Dirty boy.
Well, no, I didn't do it on purpose.
But what, are you crossing it like a Pelican crossing or something with the
or are you just
flashing?
Are you just freestyling?
No, I'm super styling.
Because you can't just step out in the middle of the road anywhere.
No. It's like bump things on the pavement there. So I find,
but the crossing, so you press the button.
No, it's not.
It's not got a button.
No.
Well, it's nice knowing you.
Yes. I know.
We'll do a special tribute 5 minutes to you.
You know what we need to make you, Chris?
What?
A suit with spikes on. They'd soon avoid you then. No, I get it, that it's daunting.
It is. And you know, I done it, I'm gonna employ a PA.
Yeah.
What, a speaker
even though I haven't
system?
got lots of money, I haven't, even though people think I have. I don't have lots of money.
Can I ask you a question? And I know that you don't like asking. I know you don't like asking for help, and
Stop spending all your money on Johnny's, I'd say.
Oi!
Shut up!
I know the woman over the shop. She said, "Right, I've got a Sunday in the States for you." Right.
Oh.
What have I done? I almost ran out to the shop.
Oh.
She said, what is this? I knew what she was. It was terrible.
Anyway, go on. Kath's got a suggestion.
Sorry, I interrupted you then.
That's all right. In the past, when we've spoken to people who are partially sighted and are having difficulty...
I'm not partially sighted, I'm blind.
All right, or blind.
Yes.
Blind or partially sighted people we've spoken to in the past.
Yes.
Who have been having trouble or thinking they couldn't get a job or thinking they couldn't go and take public transport. We've spoken to people who've been kind of locked in their own... felt like they were trapped in their own homes because it's so daunting going out.
Yes.
When we've spoken to people like the RNIB or local sort of vision charities, they do kind of courses that teach you coping mechanisms, things that you wouldn't take, you would take for granted if you could see, but actually a few tips and tricks to make you feel more confident apart from anything else. Have you tried any of that stuff?
No, the stupid thing that I used to do all that. I used to be one of the people who used to teach VI people.
Right.
Tell them all the different tips and tricks.
So it works then, but it'll be different.
Yeah, but
learning it.
I don't practice what I used to preach.
No, it will be different. A different sensation learning it from teaching it, and that's fine. Would you consider going on one of those courses?
No. I had someone. I went to a meeting the other week, and somebody do you want to try these? And he was trying to. Yes, I know that. Can I say something to you from a place of friendship and caring about you? And please don't take offence. No, I won't.
How's it working out for you without this course?
I just do my own thing and get wound up and just listen to the radio.
And don't do things.
No, I don't.
It is stopping you from doing everything you want to, isn't it?
Yes.
Well,
I know I like to have a laugh, and I like to, but it's I don't like going out anymore.
No. Can I sow a little seed?
Go on.
Consider one of those courses. Imagine you were your friend and you were hearing the same stories you're telling me, but it was from your friend. You would say, this stuff can work, wouldn't you? You don't have to make a decision now. Just don't dismiss it, is all I'm asking. And if you want help to line it up, give me a shout and I'll sort it out for you.
No, it just winds me up.
Chris?
Yeah?
Listen, we have to move on.
All right, I'm sorry, guys.
You've got nothing to be sorry about. And Katherine isn't telling you what to do.
No.
She's just...
Nobody can tell me what
to do. Exactly. Because you're a stubborn old goat.
Yes, I am.
Exactly.
I'm the same. I don't like being told.
But
I am a bloody... I can sit with somebody and it's just like white noise going over me.
Oh, God. It's the same when I sit with Kath.
Really?
Here's the thing, all right? She's just showing you that there are options and planting a little seed. Maybe have a think about what she said, and maybe we could talk about it tomorrow or Friday.
There you are. Anyway, the first Jaws film was the best.
Thank you very much indeed. This is Talk Radio.
Unmissable late night radio with the original king of unconventional conversation.
Make contact with Iain Lee.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Gosh, it's 12:30, Katherine. 0344 499 1000 is the phone number. I may or may not have added an extra 4 in there. I just can't tell these days. We're going to go to Michael. Good evening, Michael.
Evening, you two.
Hi,
hello, Michael. What you got for us?
Yeah, I felt a bit sorry for Chris there.
Chris is a good egg, and we have a laugh, and sometimes I go a little bit too far, and I've got a lot of time for Chris, and I may have gone a little bit too far there, and I apologise to Chris a lot, because I think he's a good man, and I think Katherine's suggestions were very sensible suggestions, but I can't even begin to imagine what it's like. You know, so let's see. Anyway, Michael, what can we do for you?
Yeah, you were talking about Jaws, and I agree with you on Jaws too.
It's a great film, isn't it?
It is. It's much better.
I think it's like the excitement of these kids out on these boats, and the boats are all smashed to pieces, and they've got to tie them together, and Brody's trying to get there on this little putt-putt boat, and I think it's wonderful.
That moment you just mentioned with the kids, I think that's more tense than the ending of Jaws.
Oh, God, totally. I would like to see it on the big screen, because the last 35 minutes, it's these kids on these battered boats, and every now and then Jaws pops up and smacks into the boats, and one of the kids falls in the water. It's great. The bit where the little boy is on the boat, and he's just seen someone eaten, and everyone's shouting, "Grab the rope! Come on, grab the rope!" And he won't even look at them. Oh, it's wonderful.
You want these kids to be saved, whereas in Jaws, you've got these three blokes on a boat, and you're just like, well, what are you going to do? You do want them to die. No, I think Jaws 2 it's different. It's completely different, but I think it's a better film. Go on, Kath.
Which is the one where Jaws' mum comes back for revenge.
That's Jaws 4. That's Jaws 4.
I remember being in the cinema when the title came up, and this time, it's personal.
Yeah.
Everyone laughed.
Yeah. I fell asleep during Jaws 4. My boys enjoyed it, but they recognise it as terrible.
You were talking about Sharknado before.
Yeah.
I saw a trailer this week for a film. It's a B movie, and it's called Bad CGI Sharks.
What's that about then?
Well, it's literally what it says in the title.
What's the film? What's the film with? Oh gosh, Debbie Gibson and Tiffany in. There's like I thought it was Sharknado, but it's not. I think it's got Mickey Dolenz of the Monkees in. It's Debbie Gibson and Tiffany, and it's one of those. We've just made a crap.
Is it something with a snake in it or something like that?
It is. I cannot think, and it is.
Is it something like Mega Python?
That's it. Versus Gator Boy or something.
Gatoroid.
Yeah, something like that.
Gatoroid.
Yeah.
Mega Python versus Gatoroid. Dolenz is in it. He gets eaten while he's singing I'm a Believer.
Oh my God, there's loads more. Mega Shark versus Crocosaurus. Mega Shark versus Mecha Shark.
Oh, okay. Right, be a robot shark, obvs.
Mega Piranha.
Yep.
Boa versus Python.
Yep. Okay, snakes.
Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus.
Okay.
Flipping it.
Well, that's this weekend with the boys sorted, Michael. Thank you.
Well, I'd like to know what drugs these lot were taking, 'cause, I could write a few things on that. Hey, also,
yes,
the other night you were talking about.
We just lost you there, Michael. We were talking about what?
Pelvic floor muscles.
Yes.
Well, if you don't remember me, I'm the PT, personal trainer.
Oh, tough guy. This guy wants me to whoop his ass again.
Yeah,
Does a PT stand for personal trainer or pelvic trainer?
Well, if you do your pelvic floor muscles, if you exercise your pelvic floor muscles for women,
I'm doing it as we speak.
It increases sensitivity and gives you a stronger orgasm.
Whoa. What about if men do it? Does that do anything?
Nah.
Oh, stop it. What can I do to get a stronger orgasm apart from sticking a finger up my bum?
I'm only a personal trainer. I'm not a.
How personal
I've got
do
a
you get?
suggestion. Leave it alone for a bit. Give it a chance.
Have a breather.
What's happening in the world of being buff, Michael?
Not much. Just trying to get a lot of people fit. Helping people with amputations. Just try and get back into a normal sense of life. Because, like Chris was saying before, when you get told that you won't be able to do things. When I got told I won't be able to lift objects and stuff like that, in the back of my head I'm going, yeah, I'm going to prove you wrong.
Yeah.
That's essentially what I'm doing with other people in a minute. So,
but it must be hard to do that. It may because I'm thinking, God, if I got told to do that, I'd just sit at home and watch telly and cry all the time and accept it.
That's part of what I'm trying to get people out of.
Yeah.
So it's it's sort of like you become isolated. Whereas what I'm trying to do is come over, you can chat. You don't necessarily have to train, and we can talk and figure how you can do things similar, like in a different way to what you used to be able to do. I mean, on Monday I had to do like this time test with 9 pegs in 9 holes.
Uh-oh.
And basically it's to time how long it takes you to put all 9 of these pegs into these holes and then take them out. So with my good hand, we did it in 15 seconds. With my bad hand, should we say, I did it in about 25 seconds. So I had a client on that same day, did the same test, and I said, right, in a month's time, you're going to beat that score. And it gives them a little push, it gives them a little incentive just to beat that time. And they'll come back in, and he came back in today, same guy, and he had a little glint in his eye of determination.
Yeah.
That's all we're trying to do at the end of the day, is basically get people out, get people physically active again. And I think there's a guy who wants to be in the Olympics, and he's set a massive goal, and he's aiming for it. So we get different kinds of people, but we do get people that are very down, very low, very pessimistic about the world, because I've been there. And I had a good chat with him, and he became a different person after we spoke, and he's very determined now. So
good work, man. Well done.
That reaction that Ian spoke about giving up, sitting at home, crying, people can go through that and then make a decision because they get fed up with that, can't they?
Yeah, exactly. After the first 3 months, I mentioned that I wasn't really able to do anything. I couldn't drive still. And it was people saying, you should just go back to the gym. And I did. And I remember doing my pelvic floor exercises in the warm-up. I literally sat there and thought, I can do this.
Yeah.
And that was my own personal goal.
Yeah.
How is your how is the potency of your orgasm?
Well, I eat a lot of red meat, and it's very strong.
Yes, man. Good lad. Well done. You're a good man, Michael. Thanks for calling. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, too.
Thank you, mate. Well done.
Take
Keep
care,
up the good work.
I was in the gym today for the first time in ages. It was brilliant. Just me and the pensioners.
You were serving the teas. How'd it go? Was it all right?
Yeah, it was all right. And I only disgraced myself slightly against the pensioners because they are fit.
Britney Spears court case was today.
Oh, right, okay.
But everyone was kicked out. The attorneys for Jamie Spears argued the courtroom is Jamie the mum or the dad? The courtroom should be sealed because this is the Free Britney campaign, the conservatorship that's been going on for 11 years. Some people are saying, well, that's crazy. But the courtroom should be sealed because they'd be discussing personal, private and mental issues.
Yeah.
This is from Claudia Rosenbaum, who is an investigative reporter for Billboard. Personal, private and mental issues. After less than 10 minutes, Judge Brenda Penny. I'm hesitating because it sounds like Spend a Penny.
I know.
Okay. Judge Brenda Penny granted their request. Members of the press were then instructed to clear the courtroom. After an hour and a half, the hearing is over. Attorneys, along with Jim and Lynn and Jamie, slipped out the side door so as not to come face to face with reporters.
Yeah.
According to documents, Britney Spears' status hearing that was to take place today has been continued, I guess convened, till January the 22nd next year. Let's get, I cannot remember.
Brittany.
Let's get how can I forget Brittany's name? Let's see if Brittany wants to come on tomorrow and just give us a little update on that, because it'll be interesting to pick her brains. And loads of protesters supporters outside the courtroom.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
Yes.
I think that the judge was probably right to close it, because
definitely.
although all these people are there with the best of intentions, there's a load of stuff being discussed in there, and Britney's still got children.
The argument is that conservatorship is unusual to have it when she is so productive and is so creative. So there are two possibilities that I can see. One is that she is being exploited and the conservatorship is being mismanaged and is unnecessary. Two, she is actually quite possibly incapable of looking after herself.
Yeah.
And it is necessary in some form or another. Those seem to be the two key things. And what do I know? I'm erring on the second, but I don't know. I've got no evidence to that. It's just a gut.
And, you know, it may be that, say I wasn't married and I had problems.
Yep.
My dad would step in for me as well.
Yep.
It's not that unusual.
Yep. Let's go to Diana. Good evening, Diana.
Good evening. Iain and Kath, how are you?
You forgot our names!
Yeah, she almost said Diana.
She forgot our names! This is outrageous! This is one of our most loyal callers! A fellow performer! Oh, she forgot our names! Heartbroken, Diana.
Can I say a couple of things about music, please?
Of course you can, as always.
I really enjoyed your interview with Jess Conrad.
Yeah, it was good,
and
wasn't
also
it,
the gentleman from Dr. Hook, Mr. Dennis Lockerine.
Yeah, Dennis. Hang on,
he's great. He's great.
Throwing things at me. Dennis is on fine form, and I can't wait for him to do some more shows.
I'd love to see him. Yeah,
he's good. He's always good.
You played a song earlier, P.P. Arnold.
Yep.
That song, I know you're interested in the pronunciation of. Or the rhyming. That song was written by Sandy Denny.
Sandy Denny, yes. This is what Dave told me on Twitter.
Yeah, I thought somebody would tell you. And Linda Thompson recorded it.
Okay. It's a great song.
Yeah.
But that rhyme, I placed a bet with a bookie on a race in Kentucky. That's a terrible line.
Well, Linda Thompson was from Glasgow. When she sings it, it sounds a bit better.
Right. Let's hang on a minute. Let's hang on a minute. Kath, could you stop throwing things at me, please? I'm trying to do
face. I'm not just throwing anything.
I'm a dreamer. Linda Thompson. Okay, let's have a little listen. Hang on. Let's have a listen, guys. Let's have a listen.
Make me know it's a mystery to me.
Hang on.
I put a bet on with a bookie for a race that they run over in Kentucky.
Well, she's cheating. You can't say Kentucky.
She went, bookie, Kentucky.
She's cheating.
Singing it softly doesn't make it rhyme.
I'm sorry. It's a shame. It's a great song, and P.P. Arnold's version explodes into this wonderful orchestral mess. But that line didn't work for me, I'm afraid, Diana.
But it is a great song, isn't it?
Yep.
Can I say as well that, come a little bit closer.
Sorry, okay, yes. Go on, what do you want to say?
Jay and the Americans, Paul Revere and the Raiders, two American bands that get forgotten about.
Well, because they never had hits over here.
Well, yes, but that's the main thing.
That's
but I've got best of both those bands.
Yeah, Paul Revere and the Raiders are a great band. They were huge in the States. Huge. They had their own TV show. They were, before the Monkees did, they were massive. And they didn't come over here until 1969 when they supported the Beach Boys. And by that time, their glory days were over. And their whole get-up for the early years
I know.
is them dressed up as American fighters from like the 18th century.
There are a lot of American bands like that.
Yeah.
And can I also say you were talking about sadly about Natalie Wood.
Natalie Wood, yeah.
I always thought it was a bit funny, a bit weird. What happened to Dennis Wilson?
No, really?
I know what happened to Dennis Wilson. He drowned, didn't he?
He drowned. What was he? 38 or 36?
Yeah, and he was a drink. I know he was a drinker.
He was. Here's the thing. He had a boat, and he was drunk, and he was diving into the bay, to the bottom of the bay, and fishing up pictures and things he tossed over with an argument.
I know.
In January or December or January, it was freezing.
I know. And don't forget as well. I want to go back to my one of my Charles Manson books again.
Yeah.
He was very heavily involved with some odd people, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, he was involved with Manson. Do you think that the Dennis Wilson death was a Manson revenge attack?
Well, I'm not saying that, but he wasn't like the other Beach Boys.
He was an actual Beach Boy.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, he was fit, and we all would. Everybody, every straight, hetero, bi, gay, everybody would want to sleep with Dennis Wilson.
And he was
that's very disrespectful.
The best
but yes, to within an inch of his life.
To an inch of his life. Go on, sorry, Diana. What?
He was probably the most photogenic of them.
Beautiful man. They're a weird-looking band, the Beach Boys, apart from Dennis, which Mike Love used to drive him crazy. Thank you, Diana. 0344 499 This is Talk Radio.
It's electric, it's eclectic, it's always rule-free. It's the late-night alternative with that man, Iain Lee.
On Talk Radio.
There's a shopping channel on behind me, and he's selling shampoo and conditioner, and it's obviously bamboo extract, because they've got the title wrong. They've called it Bambootiful. Of course it should be Bambootiful. That's what they should have done. I'd buy some Bambootiful. I'm not buying Bambootiful. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Fake Sheila, good evening.
Oh no! Okay, hello?
What did you think was going to happen?
No, I forgot that one of the topics I was going to phone about, I wanted to ask Amy, and I forgot to do it, to say I was someone else, and I didn't. But okay, so that's fine.
Okay. Could you turn off, I've got no idea what you just said then. Could you turn off whatever that really, really noisy thing is in the background, please?
Oh, it's my friend, again, as always.
Could you either turn it off or move it?
Turn that off.
Or go into another room?
I don't have another room. I live in a maisonette.
You've got one room in
one room downstairs, unless I go into my bedroom.
Well, so you've got another room?
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, no, he's turned it off. That's fine.
Oh,
Thank
poor
you.
Richard.
So, I wanted to say, I really like Welsh Chris's calls. I think he's lovely. He's really kind, and I know that you're probably going to say, oh, we can't do this, but I will accompany him to anything. I live in London, I know, but I lived in Wales, South Wales for 4 years, and I would take him to any gig or...
He likes going to sex dungeons. Still keen?
Okay, well, I'll wait outside. But seriously, I know you're probably not allowed to do that, but...
Yeah, okay, sure. What about Saturday?
Okay.
All right, fine. We'll put you in touch.
Is that where he's going? Is it on Saturday?
You could take him, I don't know, I'm sure he wants to do something Saturday. All right, fine. Okay, good.
So he's going to a comedy gig or something, isn't he?
Well, I don't know what he's doing. Why don't you take it, so Saturday, right, so you can take him to the shops.
Right.
Free shopping, and then...
No, I can't, if it's a special event. I live in South East London.
I'm sorry.
Sainsbury's.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were offering... I'm sorry, Fake Sheila. I thought you were offering to take him somewhere, yet when that opportunity was presented,
he seemed very upset that he couldn't get to see you and Kath in Bath, and very upset that there's something he can't go to in Cardiff.
Sainsbury's?
All right, well, I'll take him to Sainsbury's in Cardiff if he wants to go there, fine.
I think you would be a match made in heaven.
But also...
Oh, I say!
Right, so...
The growler.
Right, also, the other topic I wanted to talk to you about, and this is serious now.
Okay, yeah, so that last one was flippant.
There's a couple of stories.
That last one was a bit of fun.
No,
you pretended you were going to help a blind man, but not. I like it.
I seriously would do that, and I'd like to do that.
Okay, Saturday.
My brother went blind 2 years ago.
What are you doing Saturday?
I'm not doing anything on Saturday.
Well,
I'm working.
Oh, right, I see, yeah. I'd like to help disabled children. If they want to go anywhere, I'd do it, but, I'm actually busy.
Monday, I can do Monday, I can do Tuesday.
He wants to go out Saturday.
Well, okay, I'm offering. On a Monday or Tuesday.
Right, so
and if there's a gig on Saturday, I'll do that. Okay.
What's point number 2?
Point number 2 is about
pelvic... Let's do the serious one now.
Pelvic floor... No, this isn't. Pelvic floor exercises.
Yes.
So that man that phoned up, I find it odd, because when I've gone to Pilates, and she's a lovely teacher, but she actually... tells
doing
men
it now.
how...
I hope she's doing it because she's going up and down half an inch.
I am. That's how strong my pelvic floor is.
I didn't know what it was either, actually, Ian. Until I went there, I didn't know what it was.
I was mocked by Miranda Sawyer on Twitter, so I deleted the tweet. I was body shamed by Miranda Sawyer.
Oh, she laughed too, did she?
I deleted the tweet. I didn't block her, but I flicked the V's at the phone and I deleted the tweet.
What did she say?
Doesn't matter what she said.
Come on,
she's not as cool.
Because she didn't know what it was.
Let's just say she's not as cool as we all thought she was, kids.
Oh.
I've gone right off Miranda Sawyer and her silly column.
She's just too tall.
Silly column. It's just people.
But
it's just Beatles.
When I go to Pilates...
Pilates. I do apologise, not really listening.
She's so good. She does pelvic floor exercises for men as well.
Miranda Sawyer?
No. Well, that man that phoned up said, oh no, men don't have them.
No, he didn't. He said it doesn't make any difference.
Right, but when I go, the lady actually gives, she...
Who's having a piss?
Oh, that's my wine. I was pouring some wine. Caught me. But she gives exercises for men and their pelvic floor too. And it's all about, like, sucking up and in.
Yeah.
I find it difficult to do, but I'm trying.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You don't want to dribble.
can I go to the serious point now?
Oh, God.
Oh, was that a bit of fun?
No, that's probably serious. Okay, right, this is what I wanted to change my name for, and now it's too late. But you were talking about...
Well, you can hang up and we can change your name and come back as a different person.
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
so we won't know it's you when we...
No,
so the
thank
next
you.
person we speak to is
Bye-bye.
you, but we're going to use a different name, we won't know it's you. Brilliant. Okay. Could you phone our next caller up, please, Amy, that isn't Fake Sheila?
Oh, dear.
Just getting our next caller up. Our next caller is... Oh, it's first time caller. It's Rose. Hello, Rose.
Hello. Hiya.
Hello, Rose. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Cardiff.
Ah. You don't know a blind gentleman called Chris, do you?
Not yet, no.
Would you be willing to help him go to see Rob Brydon in concert?
Oh, I don't think so, no.
It's on a Monday or a Tuesday?
Perhaps.
Okay. What have you called in for, Rose?
Oh, so what I was phoning in about is that you were talking about earlier, I think someone said to you, this is what really upset me. There were people saying that, I think someone phoned about a job interview. They phoned about a job interview and they said they'd rather people just said and were honest with them.
I think, yes, that was the gist, yes.
Right.
Yes.
So that kind of made me wonder about a few things because, I feel I'm the recipient of that, but also I'm dealing that out at the moment.
Okay, Rose, carry on. This is fascinating.
So...
have you ever been to Somerset?
I was born in Taunton. Okay, sorry.
Before moving to Wales?
Yes, I was born in Taunton.
Yep.
Okay.
Before moving to Wales, yes.
Yeah, then I moved to Wales,
Okay, that's great. Beautiful.
So, one of them is, and I know Catherine...
We've only got 6 more minutes then.
Oh, no,
takes
okay.
over. No,
So one
I'm
is...
just saying thank God. I'm not telling you to hurry up. I'm just saying, Kath, we can do this 6 more minutes and then we can go. Then it's up to Daryl.
Have you got any of that wine left? Oh, no, that's not you.
Then I couldn't care less and Daryl can do whatever he wants with this.
Hello.
Yes, Rose.
So, what's happened is, I've got right, so I'm self-employed, and I know Catherine's probably going to say this is terrible, but I've not been paid from one of my big clients, main clients since June. But, every single month, all I get is excuses, and he phones me, and we talk and we chat, and it's like, I understand what that person said earlier about just tell the truth, just say it. And hello?
Can I tell you, can I give you some advice?
Yeah, I know what you're going to say. Everyone said this.
Tell him you send him a formal letter, recorded delivery. You say you've got
I'm self-employed.
Sorry?
I have no rights to do it.
Sorry?
I don't have a contract.
Right, have you done the work?
Sort of and sort of not.
Oh, right, well, in that case,
That's
you're
the
on your
problem.
own. Well, so you haven't done the work?
I've done the work I was asked to do.
So you've done... Right, so hang on. So you've done the work?
Yes.
Right. Did he agree to pay you for the work?
He's definitely agreed. I've got all the... I've got all the emails. I've got all the emails to say that he's... it's gone wrong. I've got all the emails to say he's going to pay me.
Here's what you do. Put a brick through his window. And then you phone up the next day and go, is everything all right? I had a bit of trouble at your place last night. Lucky it wasn't your kiddie's bedroom window.
Oh,
anyway,
now, come on.
Any chance of getting that money, you owes, fella?
Right.
That's
So
what you
every
do.
time I phone him, he's really nice to me. and he's like, loves me. And the industry I work in is very male-orientated.
Gay massage.
And I want to be a lady that's going to break through that.
Then you need to get paid. You send him a letter, a formal letter, and say, you've got 21 days to pay this. I think I've been very patient. If you don't pay me, I'm going to take you to the small claims court.
But it's a kind of, I don't know what they call it, like when you're writing or something, where it's advance. It's that. It's kind of that. If you know what I mean. It's a promised advance.
Right. Kath, can you offer any insight into...
Okay, so that's one side of it. Oh gosh, I've slipped. So, the other side of it is, there's another one, and I feel I'm doing the same thing, where you say that you must be honest with people.
Yes.
So I've thought about that, and it's been annoying me, and people say, oh, you have to just be honest, and I've just thought, oh, he should be honest. He should be really, really honest with me. And I've given him so many outs. I said, if you can't afford to pay me, or you just want to give me the content of the business, which would be fine, if you know what I mean. Instead of that, then that's fine. So I've given him outs apart from paying me. I've given options.
Rose, can I tell you something? A bloke would not go through all this rigmarole. Ask for what you want.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't be... I do this. I dance around things and give people outs and try and make it less embarrassing. They're the ones that should be embarrassed, not you.
And every person has said to me that I need to just face up to it, and I'm not,
because he's using your kindness.
I want to do this job. I want to do it.
Yeah.
And I want to get in this industry that is very male dominated.
Well, you're going to have to play it like a fella then.
Slash a few tyres.
Okay, can I just say the other thing? I know you ran out of time. So the other thing is, I feel I'm doing the same thing.
Practice your listening skills. Do a dump on his bonnet.
No, don't do that.
And then just say, oh, that's unfortunate. Well, I suppose lucky it wasn't on your kid's chest while they were asleep.
Wow, okay. No, I don't know, no. You know what you need to do?
I do, but it's made me think, because of what people have been saying, I'm doing the same thing to someone else as well.
Mm-hmm.
I've been...
she...
Okay, you know time Rose, now. Okay, fine. I'll talk to you.
That's sorted. There we go. That was...
You know who I am now.
You know who I am now. Flip it.
Oh, dear.
Thank you, Rose. Real Rose, not fake Sheila. Good evening, Daryl.
Good evening.
What you got for us?
How are you?
None of your business.
Right.
God damn it.
Okay. On the way this morning.
What question is that? How are you? I tell you, someone boot up your ass.
Okay, he's off his meds. That's how he is.
I'm good, thank you, Daryl. What have you got on your show this evening?
On the way after one, we're going to talk things. Ollie Cole's going to be here to have a look through #Hospitalgate.
I don't know what that is.
Boris Johnson. Fracas.
Yeah.
You've got a fracas? It's classed as a fracas.
I would say confrontation.
In the hospital, which is interesting, very telling, that as well. We're going to talk about Wexit. You see, you thought Brexit was bad. Brace yourselves. Wales's exit from the United Kingdom, potentially. And also, China's found its own Loch Ness Monster, which is exciting.
I bet it's a brilliant robot. I bet they've built a robot one to beat us.
Futuristic.
Damn those Chinese, they're so good. Excellent, we should be listening on the way home. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
They're always fun. Katherine, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Amy! Thank you. We're back tonight at 10. This is Talk Radio.
Unmissable late night radio with the original king of unconventional conversation. Make contact with Iain Lee. The late night alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.